None
Oh,
of
neither
us
one
are
of y'all
actually
drinking?
drinking.
Okay.
So none of us are
Mhm.
drinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, not drinking. You know me, I'm out of control without alcohol.
I was like, you want to take a shot?
Look. So
Oh,
I
you
do
want to
have
take
to
a shot?
burn.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
oh.
ain't
You don't
doing it.
have to.
Hello, everyone that's coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Get Caught Up podcast. We will give you guys a moment.
I was gonna do it with you. All right, I'm gonna take a shot with my wife real quick. I'll be right there. I'm gonna get it
Okay.
started.
Hey,
Unless you want to come and take a shot, you want to be off screen and take a shot.
yeah, tell her come on screen and take
Come
a
They
on,
shot.
said come
screen
on
and take
screen
a
and take a shot.
shot.
Come on screen and take a
You don't want to be on
shot.
screen?
Tell her let's see
It's
her
only
hand.
it's only a couple of us right now.
Tell her
It's
just show her
only
hand.
it's only a couple of
You
us.
sure
Just
had
come
yeah, you know
on.
women gonna be like, I don't know who they. So Kai,
I'm loving this. Now, I tell you, we might have to add the take a shot.
take a shot. Well,
Take
Untamed
a
can't.
shot.
I,
I
I
can't
heard.
take a shot. Look, mine is medication related, so I
Oh
cannot.
man. Do I have time? Let me you know what? Let me go get me some vodka. I'll be back. I'll take one too.
Let's see. You got come on.
I'm gonna drink. Look, I'm gonna take me a shot of Aquafina straight up
See,
with a
take
sweat.
yeah. It's the spirit of it that we got.
I'm gonna do like they do the babies. I'm gonna open up this bottle and then sniff it. Pretend. Oh goodness!
I thought it was gonna be like drink champs where everybody be lit by the time it's over.
Listen, we can be drink champs.
Hey, the
This
Tito's.
episode is brought to you by a shot of Tito's.
And a non-shot of 1792, which will
Okay.
burn your chest
You're not gonna peek
and
I
in?
believe
all
it.
of
Okay.
your insides.
There goes the wife.
Hi, hi. Yeah, I need a
Cheers.
shot. Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to look. We definitely got to do a drink champs episode for real.
Woo. Everybody had the same reaction.
Woo.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes.
All right.
But I
Now we can
needed that.
start.
All right. So
Um,
let me.
so Diva Yolan said she's about to take a shot with us. Yay!
All
Hey,
right. Hey.
more the merrier.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
I
about
feel
to
like everybody
post.
that comes in later got to take a shot just to catch up.
Yep.
You got to
Just
take
take
one.
a shot.
Everybody that comes to take a shot. Let me go. I'm gonna go ahead and post this
I'm gonna put take a
in
shot as you join.
at a post. So as soon as I
It's Wednesday. It's
post the
almost the
link,
weekend.
Hey, it's the weekend somewhere.
It's the weekend somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is love? Oh, love is trying to get in. Is there a link for the chat? Love, just text me. Love Belvin. Is there
Yeah,
a
tell
way
her
to
to
get in?
go on to the Get Caught Up podcast and she can see it. It should be on there.
On IG?
Yeah,
yes,
because like if you go on
Okay.
to Get Caught Up podcast, you'll be able to see that we're live
Okay, cool.
yes.
and join it
So
that
we
way.
are live, and as soon as I can get Facebook to act right with me,
See,
I know
nobody
we.
got time for this, but as we're waiting, I'm gonna say hi to our folks in um on IG. Now, y'all, I just took a shot of vodka, so whatever come out my mouth, it don't have nothing to do with the vodka. Y'all know me. I'm gonna just say what I want to say. Okay. Now, I want to say hi, Diva Yolan, and loves to read 34. And then we have author Pat Simmons, and only one Maya 96. And hey,
Hey,
Maya Montague.
hey.
So, hey, everybody, thank you for joining us. And I'm excited about this. You know what? Let me tell you something. We've been trying to do bloopers while we doing our little silly commercials because I feel like Men Untamed have nothing but time on our hands to sit and come up with shit. So yesterday before, and I wish she would have recorded my surprise, but yesterday when we was recording the video, she was like, "Oh, I gotta show you something. We ain't gotta do too much talking. I'm gonna say this, you're gonna say this, that's it." I'm like, okay. Just as she said it, and when she started talking, I took a drink of water. and you popped up on the screen.
The video, yeah.
Yes, I damn near choked.
She did. She almost spit out her. I should have been recording at that point in
Yeah,
time, but
she
I
should. I was
wasn't.
like, I, I mean,
Yeah, I had to
I
do that.
love that, and I appreciate so much.
Yes.
Of
You
course, of
sending us a
course.
video to record it, add in a commercial. Because, like I said, when we be sitting there doing commercials, we be just thinking of some of the craziest things we can do
Yeah,
to
And
get people to watch. And
and
I
I was
thank you for
like,
helping.
Crystal.
of
I was like,
course.
Crystal, we got a commercial. I said, but it's a surprise.
Yes, she
Listen,
got it.
I didn't even. I just did. I know how hard it. Like for me, I'm not the best with like putting content and stuff out, so I know it's a struggle. Like it took me forever to do a Myles page. So people was like, "Yeah, you don't got a page." You don't got a... I just have my regular page because I only got so much bandwidth. I feel like to
Mhm.
deal with the. Like I'm a creative, but when it starts feeling like work, I'm like I don't like to do
Yeah,
that.
you shut it
Like work.
down.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Well, you guys, guess what? I got you together. So if you are on my Author and Tame page, or if you are in the Get Caught Up podcast Facebook group, I have posted the link to the actual live as a new post and
So
in the
love that.
event page. So that is in there. We have to work around up, y'all. So it's there. We are ready to go. Thank y'all guys for on IG for hanging out with us and chilling with us. Y'all know how we do. You know, we got to get this live together first because
I know. But we
because
kind of early
Mr.
today,
Zuckerberg.
because sometimes we just be coming on. So we doing good.
We doing good. We doing
Right
real
on
good.
time.
Right on
I'm
Yeah.
time.
excited. I'm excited to
So
be here.
exactly. Well, you guys, as soon as you come in, you have to take a sip
You gotta
of
take.
your
I never
drink.
take
Got to
one, so I'm gonna take two because I could never just take one. Um,
I'm only
take a
taking
shot.
one because I'm telling you, this
nah,
might
you
get a little
should.
crazy if
I
I
feel
take
like
I'ma
too
whenever I
just,
many.
take one, I just gotta take one more, just
I'ma
because.
just, I'ma just sniff the, the alcohol to make it smell like I took this extra
Yep,
shot.
there you go.
And I haven't really drank in a good while, so this should be. I feel good after this one.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah, we about to feel real good now. Well, you guys,
Let's
thank
go.
you so much for joining us. As you know, this is the Get Caught Up podcast. I am your host, Untamed. And as JP Simmons said, and Aubrey Penn say, big up stuff. So big out shout outs to those ladies for always encouraging us. So I'm Untamed, I'm an author, I am a film producer, a screenwriter, and podcaster, and I am
Hey,
the Afra, as she
hey,
said, of the literary podcast, and I'm joined by my lovely gal tonight, Miss Crystal, Miss Books and Soul. How are
hey.
you doing this evening?
Now I called you before I got on here, so I won't act the purity black fool.
You did.
So I'm good now.
I know
Okay.
you did.
But earlier, I could spit fire nails, a lot of stuff. And when I see them later, I'm going to two-piece the shit out of them. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. On
Listen,
site.
Who you
so
two piecing?
My son.
Oh, your son. Gotcha.
And there ain't no small kid. I got to go up.
Gotta put
Yeah.
them paws on him.
you gotta put
You got
pause.
to put some paws on them. Yep.
You gotta put no pause on her son. So yeah, you guys, she was a little upset. We had to get her calm so she could be mellow out and chill a little bit and join us tonight. But she here now. That's all that matters. That's all that
Yes,
matters.
yes,
That's all
yes.
that matters. And we want to give a shout out to our incredible sponsors who always give us the kind of money that jiggle and fold. So major love goes out to Black Odyssey, XO, MBJC, KB's Bookshelf, Piano
Hey,
Donate, Women of Vision, Tyler Landscaping, me and my son's lawn care, and of course represented by Untamed Publishing. Allow us to help you unlock your unlimited writing potential. If you are in need of literary services, visit www.untamedpublishing.net for a variety of services. So, Crystal, to the author and narrator who needs no introduction, but
I
is going
know.
to get one because you know how we do. We have to bring folks in properly over here.
Of course. Now, before I get into this introduction, because you know, I was doing, just the write a Wednesday about Mr. Miles Washington, and I was like, oh, I've only listened to, 3 of your books. And then I went through, I said, you a damn lie. Listen to more. But I have to say this because Miss Love Belvin joined us, and
Hey,
that
Hey.
dag on Raji.
hey,
Yay.
You, when I say I love me some Raji in winter, I love me some Raji in winter. Like y'all killed it. So Love, thank you for writing it. And Miles, thank you for performing.
oh,
So let's
thank
get
you.
I
into
know
this so
that's
we can
right.
talk about this more. So he's a gifted storyteller who brings words to life. Miles Washington is an award-winning narrator with an authentic sound and diverse range that universally resonates. A native son of Brooklyn, New York, he is the definition of a modern-day Renaissance man. With a foundation in music, he has stretched beyond limits as an actor, voiceover artist, music artist, and songwriter. His talents and versatility show in his ability to provide a voice that can span numerous genres of audiobooks. Whether it's a businessman in the corporate world, a soldier at war, a young adult finding himself, an athlete dealing with the locker room, a music artist navigating the entertainment life, or a good old autobiography, Miles' gift, dedication to his craft, and unique life experience make him the voice you need. That right there, when I said that last night, I was like, that is so true. Like, we need your voice. Definitely.
Thank you,
You
appreciate that.
welcome. But in addition to numerous audiobooks, he has also voiced campaigns for major brands such as NCAA. I mean, who don't like college basketball?
And
I do.
girl.
Facts.
Yes.
I definitely do. YouTube, Samsung, Lipton Brisk, Under Armour, White Claw, and many more. So I'm gonna say this because I usually say, Miles Washington, welcome to the UPIC. But I'm gonna say thank you for coming to talk to Little Oasis.
Nah, please. Thank y'all
You
for
know,
having me.
yes,
Thank y'all
I mean,
for
like you're
having me.
big out here in these streets, and for you
Nah.
to take the time to come talk to us, we appreciate you so much. Like
We
I'm so excited.
do. We
Listen, I
do.
genuinely appreciate y'all have from the award I got, like, cause I don't be knowing. Like people tell me, like, yo, you won this, and I'll be like, oh shit, word. So it's always like I always remember people who show me genuine just love. And y'all show me
Yes,
love from the jump. I appreciate that. Um love, we'll talk about love a little later, but I'm listen, humbly, I'm just glad to be here. And I'm really excited to be here.
Exactly. And I'm so glad that you brought that up because I was going to tag on to her intro and our male narrator of the year for 2023.
yes.
I'm
It was
Washington.
well deserved. And you see that character we put,
Uh
like I said,
oh.
we
Hold on, let me
both
put it up.
read
Xander.
that.
Hmm.
When I say you killed Xander,
Thank you.
you killed
Yes.
Xander.
Thank you.
Like,
To
Shout out
this,
to Robbie Renee. Shout out to Wesley
yes.
Catch me in that.
yes,
Shout out to
Robbie.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let me tell you, me listening to you, this is what happened. So Robbie and I are like really cool, and she called me
Mm-hmm.
up and she says, "Hey, I have this book that's about to go in the audiobook," and she was like, "I hadn't released it, but you just gotta hear it. Could you listen to it? Can I send it to you?" And I was
Hmm.
like, "Yeah." I mean, when I say this was like raw, it was like the files.
Raw, yeah, the raw file.
This
Right,
was
right,
the
right, right.
raw. She was like,
Straight from the
"Let me
booth.
see." Straight from the
Mm-hmm.
booth. She was like, "Can I send it to you so you can listen?" And I listened and I was like, she said, "It's Wesley." But she said, "You know Wesley, but have you heard Miles?" I said, "No, I don't think I've heard of him, but I don't think I've heard him narrate anything." And so she said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna send it to you." And I listened to it and I was like, "Oh my God, Robbie, this is
Yeah,
so
that's
good."
dope. That's
And
dope.
Yes.
she was like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, she sent me one chapter. I begged her, I said, "Can you send me the whole book?" She said, "Girl, you don't want to wait till it's audiobook." I said, "Girl, send me the damn
Give it to me
file."
raw. Give it to me raw.
It
That's
was,
Send me
I
the
dope.
mean, it was
damn file.
phenomenal. Like, the way, I mean, like, I tell Untamed, I said, I feel like you just sit back in the booth, light up a cigar, and be like, let me just go ahead and just read this.
Somewhat,
But I
somewhat,
knew it. I told you,
somewhat. Not a cigar, but
you.
it might be like a joint or something.
Yeah.
Because once I like reading, honestly, like once I connect and I feel like, all right, I know who this is. I'm gonna just do me. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna try to like. I'm gonna just do what I feel like this is Xander right here. So I'm gonna lock in on that, and I'm gonna just do me. But I'm also, I always want the author to love it. Like I want the fans to love it, but I'm like, yo, everybody's gonna have. Me and Love have talked about this, right? Because I'm a reader, right? Like I actually don't listen to many audiobooks because I rather read. Like I'm a reader.
Okay.
So I got this from my mother. So when we was younger, they'll read a book, then they'll make a movie, right? But it's never really as good because you already got a vision in your mind of what this is going to be like, what that's going to look like. So I get it sometimes when people are like, oh, this is different, this is that. So I'm always like, yo, as long as the author loves what I did, then I'm good because I feel like the fans are going to love it. Some not, I want them to love it, but I'm like, I can't stress myself out because if this is my interpretation, this is who I'm locked in as, like this is who I'm locked in as. So it's pretty much like I might, like when I'm reading it, I might smoke a joint or something, be like, all right. Then I just go in the booth. I'm like, all right, now I'm Xander, and this is my interpretation.
I said, I was like, nah, well, I try to keep it clean because I can't be just putting out false narrative
Oh
on
yeah,
people I don't know.
yeah.
But now I believe it, because it's like you just so laid back, so cool. It's like not, you don't come off as like, oh, I'm messing up. I don't know. It's just, I feel like you just in a booth, like you out with your homeboys, just
Right.
as they just kicking the shit, talking
I try
shit.
to. I'm glad you said it because I feel like that's what's most authentic about audio. Like the audiobooks I do listen to, unless it's something like informational or whatever, I just want to hear you be you in that character, right? Like
Yes.
I don't want to put on like, because I act as well, and there's a difference with like theater versus TV, film, scene, right? So the theater actors is much bigger. It's much more performative. As an audiobook narrator, I'm like, that's cool. But the type of Black romance and this stuff, I'm like, nah, that ain't where it's at. Like, I want you to really feel like you can relate to this person. You know them, they around them,
Yes.
like, like this is who. So I try to be as authentic as possible once I feel like I know this character.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. And that's what we love the most because with audiobooks, it's not, of course, we don't have a picture image or we're not seeing it live. So all we have is our imagination. And
Right.
most of the time, all of we kind of may have different views of how a character looks or how they talk. But in general, when you're reading certain genres, it's like, yeah, no, it's relatable, So
Yeah.
you want to feel like in that moment, you're listening to a conversation that would just be between like you and your homegirl, or you and your homeboy,
Right.
and you want to feel it immerses you into that. And so it comes alive in that way. And that's what I generally love about a lot of you Black writers because you all
Mm-hmm.
tell our experiences so authentically and we just love it. Like that's what really drew me into audiobooks because I say this all the time. Before 2020, I was like not an audiobook fan. If it's not in
Mm.
print, if it's not an ebook, but mostly in print, I'm not fooling with it.
I just
And
got into it
so
last year, right? I think 2023, the end of 2022.
well,
I
probably
just got into
2022.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was me going like, girl, you got listen to
You
this.
gotta check this out. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like you guys have come onto the scene and you changed the game and you changed the game for me. Like now, as much as I love print, I don't have the time to really sit down like that
Mm.
anymore. So audiobook has become my thing. Since 2020, I've been like on this audiobook train. And
Yeah.
I'm like when Wesley said, she was like, she found Black romance and I ain't never leave. And I was like, I found y'all and I ain't never leaving.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
feel like
y'all
the
remember me.
pandemic, like 2020, definitely because Love and the Rhythm of Blues was before that, but
Oh,
after that, like that's when it really like because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do a lot of audiobooks. Like I was like, I might just do Love's books and that's it. Like I might just do Love's books and that's it. But then like the response, and I was like, oh, they rocking with me. All right, let me do. And it was like the world was shut down, so pre-COVID, I was a bouncer at the Bowery Ballroom up here. I was in acting class twice a week. So I would have acting auditions, my home studio voiceover auditions, music. I was just always on the go. It kind of made everything slow down and be like, all right, what you really want to dig into? And then like again, hit Love up and I was like, yo, Love, I think I want to do more audiobooks. and I linked with CCJ. CCJ heard me do the book and was like, "Yo,
Yes.
can I rock with him? You know, because they
Yes.
close." And so I did CCJ, and then I was like, then I linked with Wesley, and we got
Yes.
cool, and that's when I started doing the whole. And I was like, "Nah, I'm in now. I'm gonna rock out, and I'm gonna
I'm
do.
in.
I'm
I'm with
in.
it.
Like I'm
I'm
gonna do it.
with
Please
I'm with
don't
it.
it.
leave.
Yeah."
Please don't leave us. Please don't leave us.
Please
Because
don't.
your
No, no, no.
book.
Like I genuinely enjoy it. Like I like it's a
Yes.
little different from like I tell people when they ask me about voiceover and the other genre. It's way different because it's a lot more time consuming.
Right.
But I love the acting aspect of it, and I love the black romance, black erotic, like the genre of it. Like rocking with my people is something I'm always gonna feel good about. So I'm always like, I bet I get to do this. Like I love doing other stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I love rocking with my people, right? So I love just being able to be like, all right, we got something that we can rock out with. They love me with. Cool. I'm gonna stay to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this year's been crazy because it's been like, it's been ridiculous. Like the amount of books, I'm just like, shit. All right, this what's happening right now.
That's what's
Cool.
happening. So you
Listen, you know
talked
when you
about.
get you. I'm sorry, Crystal. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to ask. The next question was like, since you talked about music, what type of music do you make, and who is your favorite artist besides yourself?
Ooh, ooh. I wouldn't even put myself as my favorite artist. It's hard to pick one favorite artist. I started on hip hop rapping, but I began like writing R&B and stuff for other artists, which I
Oh,
really was like, oh, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a bag, just write it. Like I'm naturally feel like I'm a writer, right? Like just
right.
I'm a writer, I'm a lyricist, whatever you want to call it. So music, hip hop is my background. It kind of lent me into all of these. That took me to acting, which then took me to voiceover, which then landed me here. So even in the Wayward of Love, where you hear Young Lord rapping, it's like, yo, nah, that's easy. That's right there. You know what I'm saying? That's boom. That's right
I
there.
just
Um,
said I'm about to start this series. So now you about
nah,
to
you
make
definitely
me
gotta
move it
start that.
up.
Yeah.
Oh
Start that
my
one.
god.
That's
Oh
probably
my
my
gosh.
favorite of loves right now. Like I love Raji, but me and Young Lord, I just related so much that I was like, yeah,
Okay.
that's my guy. Him and Kenny's story is definitely
Yes,
for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
everybody says this, and I was telling Tame, I don't know what it is about love, and I think because I'm like going in her back catalog, like even with CCJ, I'm going
Yeah.
back in their catalogs. So every year I read a series by her, and that's like I said, how I got into the Rhythm of Love series, Rhyme of Reason, that
hmm
series with Raji and Winter, because
Raji and
y'all
Winter
Raji and I was saying y'all was my Raji and Winter until
until
until y'all did Dash and Cecily on I Want to Be Down
mm,
by Ashley Nicole.
that was a good joint too. That was
okay.
definitely a good. That was
Yes,
definitely
Yeah.
a good. Shout out to Alex Monroe who played my Winter, and she's super dope. Um,
yes,
but my favorite artist. Hmm. So my favorite hip hop artists are Nas, Black Thought, Andre 3000, Biggie, and Hove, right? And Lauren. Um,
yes.
but just
So
artists
Yes.
overall, it's like you got Michael Jackson, you got Sade. I like a lot of like I'm a music head, so it's hard to
right,
give
Mhm.
like a favorite artist. I like a lot of different, and I'm always discovering new music.
Okay.
Um, but like as far as hip hop, I like the dudes who's like nice, like the lyricist. Like I feel like Black Thought, Andre 3000 is probably like the dopest dudes to ever write type shit.
Yes.
yes.
But the
I mean,
Yes.
he had
Brooklyn
the
in me, like
whole
Biggie and
album.
Hove, Pop, like and I like when I was younger, I went away to school to play ball, so I got exposed to like the middle, like so I got exposed to like Master P, all like with the East Coast we
Mhm.
wasn't rocking with. Like I got this whole exposure to like, oh shit, this is dope. Like we ain't
Right.
listening to them in Brooklyn, but this is fire right here. So I feel like I had that 8 ball MGK. Like I got exposed to so many other things. Um, once I made that when I went away to school to play ball. So it's hard to pick
Okay.
like one artist, but I just there's so many dope artists, underground, overground.
That
Mhm.
is
Yeah, I'm a
true.
music head. I'm a music head.
I
Yes.
Anderson Paak,
Yes.
Marvin Gaye. That
Yes.
gives you like it's you go forever.
definitely
I
like
guess we
him.
should have said like, well, I get because overall. So who do you think like right now? Who do you think right now is at the top of their game?
Right now.
Who you bumping right
Um,
now?
Who am I bumping right now? I'm bumping a lot of Anderson .Paak. I'm bumping a lot of Griselda. Um, I was listening to the whole Drake and Kenny beef. That was entertaining. Um, let me see. Who am I listening to right now?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Chris Brown was not on my he was
Chris
not on
Brown
my
is
card
dope.
this year to come out as a rapper, but I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, no, but Chris Brown had bars for a long time. Like
I
that's
was
not
about to
new.
say, yeah, that's
Yes,
Chris
not
Bars
new.
had bars
yes,
for a long time.
yes.
Right.
And
And
I
I'm
think like Offset, whoever he's battling Quavo, like that's not even a
Quavo,
fair battle. Like, cause they not like rappers, right? Like they
right?
make a certain genre of hip hop
Yes,
Right.
that, but it's not like he don't got no wins with Chris Brown in my opinion
No, he
because
didn't.
exactly.
like he don't got no wins with that.
And I would say,
Mm-mm.
like, I guess I should say he wasn't on my card as a battle rapper. Like, I know he's
Right,
overall talented,
right.
but I was just like, when he came out with that, I was like, after that, what do? You just
Nothing,
nothing. You should say
nothing. You
nothing
just
at
be
all.
quiet.
Just be quiet.
That's what you
Who
should
am
do,
I
because
bump?
guess
I'm bumping
what?
right now. I got Vince Staples.
Okay.
Underrated. Joey Badass, Scoop. Like I go through phases where I go to like
Hmm.
I listen to stuff that's not quote unquote mainstream.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got certain stuff I listen to in the gym. I like a lot of R&B, but I think it's a lot of dope talent out right now, man. And I'm not in that. I try to stay out of that old versus new.
Hmm.
If I don't like somebody, just say it's not for me. Like I'm not
Right.
really listening to Kodak Black and nothing because it's just not for me. Like I don't
Right.
understand it fully. So I
Hmm.
can't really judge it. I feel like because if you just going, I don't get it. That don't
Some I
vibrate.
do like.
That don't vibrate with me. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
with
Like he
you on
probably,
that.
if I hit it, it probably like I didn't know nothing about the baby, and then I heard the song and I was like, oh shit, he dope.
Hmm.
Right.
Let
The
me find out
baby
more
He's
was
stuff.
dope.
tough.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't like to like dig into too much. But there's a lot of dope artists out. I think you got to find what rocks with you and what resonates with you
Right.
Hmm.
because I hear people say no, like there's so much music, the internet, online, like overflow. So you just
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
really got to find out what you rock,
Which.
whether it's underground, overground. There's a kid called Simba that I just got put onto, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. Okay, you know
Hmm.
what I mean. So, but it just depends on the day and the mood. Like I might listen to Miles Davis all day just because I'm in that mood. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That's what I love
And
about music. It like all genres go against your mood. It can be a mood. Like I
right,
used to listen to country music sometimes. I found the Keith Urban song that I
listen.
Girl,
freaking love.
Listen,
listen.
country. I got a Garth Brooks song from high
Oh,
school. When I got friends in low
Yeah,
place.
low
Listen, there's so
places.
much where the whiskey drowns and the
Guys in
beer
the beer
chases my
chases.
blues.
I got
Listen,
friends.
when you
Yep.
find music that rock, it just rocks. It's
right.
like
It don't matter.
it's genre
Except for
Yes.
bending.
Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
And I
yeah.
am
Except for Taylor
so
Swift. Except for Taylor Swift.
I think
We
that's
gonna
the
give that.
consensus. And I will
Except
say
for Taylor
this
Swift.
for me, I'm so glad that black country music artists are getting
Yes,
their
yes.
shine right now.
Shout out
Cause
to B
I
for spotlighting that. Yeah.
Ooh, yes, because I love me some Tanner Adele, but I've been like, a Willie Jones fan for a minute.
Mm.
I love. Can't nobody tell me about Down by the Riverside? Okay, that's my jam.
But then you go back to it like this is all black music, right?
Yes,
Like they
Right.
just brainwash you to think like rock and roll, country.
yes,
Like this is black. Like fuck what Elvis know. Like this is black music.
yes.
Like Little
Rock
Richard,
and
like
roll,
all of that. Like this
country.
is
He got
black
a
Yes,
lot
music.
of his music from black people back in the
Right,
day, and they just
right. That's what I'm
they
yeah,
took it.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. They pushed them to the
that is
exactly,
forefront.
true.
But this is all black
exactly.
music. Like I feel like the rhythm of all music comes from us.
It
You know,
does.
Yes,
like that.
it
That's just
does.
the way it comes from.
Absolutely, I
Love it.
agree.
Love it.
But listen, because you are the Renaissance man, and you mentioned this too. You are an actor now. If y'all are really, really following Miles, I see him on a red carpet. So let us
Yeah,
know,
I saw
like,
that.
what
yeah,
shows
yeah.
can we find you
Um,
on?
So shout out to my biggest acting things today are both through the same company, Creative Direction. It's a black owned company. I actually auditioned for the show called Tough Love. Originally, it was on YouTube, and then it got so big it made it to TV One, Clio TV. Got to deal with
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
that. So that's I just shot a new season of. So there's the original one, the Tough Love, and then there's Tough Love Atlanta. I
Okay.
recently, the red carpet you saw me on was from Tough Love Atlanta when we had the TV One Urban Awards, where they honored a lot of different people. So I went down to Atlanta to film, and we did that. But there's also a Pillow Talk, which was a spinoff from Tough Love, which is on BET Plus. Um, so those are like my biggest acting joints to date, honestly. And shout out to them, man, because they took a chance on me. I remember auditioning. Like I went to the audition. I was in the studio literally all night, and my little sister was like, "Oh, it's a show I love. You got to go audition for it." And I didn't know nothing about nothing. I just was like, "All right, I'm gonna go." I ended up booking it, and they become like my family. Like they were at my wedding. But again, our people. Like I love seeing
Yes.
our people. Like
Right.
it's a, and they're a powerhouse couple. They're married, husband and wife. Creators. They out in LA. They were in New York for a long time, but they're originally from Cali. They're back in LA. And just to see like the transition, like it got Tough Love got nominated for an Emmy before it was on TV, and I
Wow.
was like, I didn't
Mm.
even know that could happen, right? Like I was like, I didn't even
Right.
know like I was like, we got nominated for an Emmy, like we on YouTube, and they like, yo, it's
You
nominated for like
Yo.
it's right. It's like
it's
nominated for
huge.
best daytime series. I still feel like we should have won, but I ain't gonna get into that. But just seeing like their grind and just the levels, how they leveled up, motivated me more. To be like, because they told me like one time I was talking, he's like, listen, if we waited for everything to be perfect, we'd still be waiting. You just got to do it.
I,
Right.
that's the
You
Right.
truth.
just got to do it, right? And so I was like, that makes a lot of sense because as creatives, a lot of time be like, oh, no, this don't look right. That don't sound right. This don't. And sometimes it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I just got to put out good content and let the chips fall where they may. Because somebody's gonna see something in it to be like, it might not be the greatest sound or the greatest picture, but it's still dope, and I could do something with that. So Tough Love and Pillow Talk, my biggest shows to date. I've done other things on different channels, but I always shout those out because they're my biggest joints to date. And hopefully they continue to grow. Hopefully I can continue to get other opportunities. My agent, she is who she is, but hopefully in the acting world, a lot of times I got to audition stuff that I'm not really feeling.
Right.
Okay.
Like it's like I ain't really feeling this, but I'm gonna do
Hmm.
it because. And sometimes I don't, and I just gotta take the battle on my agent. Um, but sometimes it's like, nah, I'm not really with this role. I'm not doing that. Like, nah. Even if
Hmm.
I book it, I don't want to do it. I don't care how much they paying me. I'm not doing it. I'm just not with it. But sometimes you gotta split the difference and be like, all right, I'm gonna audition for the one to keep the peace. But not the acting. I think like Tough Love is just my Tough Love and Pillows have been my favorite because I've actually enjoyed it. I've
Hmm.
enjoyed the characters I've got to portray, but I want to do other stuff. Acting is
Okay.
weird because they put you in a box, right? Like, and it's just
Right.
Hmm.
it's very superficial. Like, it is what it is. Like my first acting coach, Tracy Moore, shout out to her, world-renowned Black acting coach, who coached everybody. If you never heard of her, she was like, "Look, you're gonna be in a box where you're the attractive love interest guy. Like you're attractive, they're gonna put you with white people, white women." And at first, I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, is that a compliment? Like they put
Right.
me with white women, but she was just being real, and I get it, right? Because I want to do more character work where I get to
Hmm.
play like these different type of characters. But often the stuff I get is like love interest, athlete, just based off of a look, based off of a headshot,
Hmm.
Right.
right? Like I want to get to show I can do other things. I'm not just the guy you want to look at, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I feel like a lot of U.S. people be mad about like the London British actors taking their role, but they're much more well trained, to be quite
They
honest.
are.
Like they
Right.
have
Yeah.
a national theater. I don't think, and I love Damson. I think he killed his role in Snowfall, but I don't think you had to find a dude from London to play that role per se.
Right. You had
Right.
enough
Um,
people here that could do it.
Yes.
right. I think
Enough.
like you had enough people here that could do that role, but I
Right.
will give them that they are a lot more like they care about being great actors as to where we care about being movie stars, right? So
Right.
that's the difference there.
And I'm gonna say it is definitely a difference because you can be a movie star. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you a prime example. I feel like Jennifer Lopez is a movie
Perfect
star.
example. She's not a great
She's
Perfect.
not a
actor.
great
She's
actress.
not a
She's
great
not.
actress.
But she's a movie
Beyonce
star.
is a perfect example of a movie star.
Yep.
She is not a great actress. The Beehive,
I
please don't
agree.
come for me. I love her,
No, we love her,
but
but you
as
got to
an
be
We
honest.
actress,
love her, but you got to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
honest. Yeah,
yeah.
and
And
I
she's
mean,
not
and
yeah,
that's the
bad,
truth.
but
right,
she's
she's
not
No,
not.
great, right? Like
Right.
she's not great. Like you see actors like Jeffrey Wright is a great fucking actor, right?
actor.
Like
Yes,
Yes,
that's a
he is.
great actor,
yes,
right? Like Megan
Yes,
Fox is a movie star.
you star.
There's a
yes.
Yes.
difference, right? Like
Definitely
Mm-hmm.
a difference.
there's a difference in
Uh,
people, and I'm not mad at
you
nobody.
know.
Get your money, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
difference between being a great actor and a movie
And
star.
certain movie star. And we see a lot of that, like you said, in the US because it's more about the look. It's
Yeah,
what's
Hmm.
gonna sit people in the seats, and you have this
right,
certain look and you have this certain expectation. So whether you can or can't really,
right,
act, if you can, remember some lines and get you some good
and look
love
pretty.
scenes
You
or
good.
look pretty and get you some good love scenes and get you some good action scenes in.
Yeah, if you look good with your shirt off, you'll be good.
Exactly. You'll
Yeah,
be
they
good.
like
But you can
you'll be
look good with
good.
your shirt off, and I'll be like, "Ooh, why did? Oh, so he must only be on there because he cute,
Look,
stuff like
that's
Yeah,
that."
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
like
some of us majority,
I
some
have a
of us have
question.
that eye.
Since you talked about roles, like what is an ideal role that you would like to like? So just go ahead and
Oh,
manifest it for
Mm,
yourself.
I
yes.
want to play a boxing role. I want to
Mm,
play like a super nerdy role, like where
I
I'm
can
like
see
this
that.
Okay.
nigga.
I
I
can
can see
see that.
that.
And
I
I
can
want to
see
do
that.
some. I want to do some comedic. I want to do some comedic.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
funny?
yeah. I'm a little funny. You know what I'm saying? Take a few more drinks. I might
Wow.
be a little funnier,
He
but
said
I'm
he's
a
gonna
little
take a
funny.
few more drinks so he can
I'm like,
lighten
I'm
up.
like, I'm funny. Like I'm like straight man funny though, right? Like you know what I mean? Like when
Mhm.
I say straight man, like I'm the guy that's gonna say stuff that I genuinely say, and you be like, yo, he's mad funny, but he's dead serious. Like I'm
Yes.
like that guy right now. I
I have a
want to get
kid.
into the other
My
one.
my son
Yeah,
said I want a two piece. He like that.
yeah,
He be
yeah,
dead serious, but it's funny.
But
It's
it's
like
funny.
yeah. It'd be
Hmm.
like, yo, you dead? You mad funny? I'd be like, no, I'm not. I'm not joking though. Like I'm.
right.
That's
I'm
really
dead
how I
serious.
feel.
Yeah.
Like I'm dead serious. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my youngest son. He is
Mm-hmm.
just he's straight up, but it's like it's hilarious. But he's dead serious.
I'm
I
a
mean, that's what he
habitual line
said.
stepper, like Chappelle said. Like, if
Mhm.
you in a moment where you're not supposed to laugh, don't look at me because I'm not
Right.
the person to look at.
Oh, that is
Like, I'm
me.
a habitual
That
line stepper.
that
Sometimes my
is
wife is like,
me.
"You can't say that out loud," and I'm like, "Oh my bad." Like, I just like I know you thinking it. I'm just the
Right.
one saying it. You know what I mean? So,
Listen,
yeah,
that is so me. And don't look
Oh,
at me in no serious
yeah. Don't
situation.
look at
and
me in a
think it's
serious
gonna be
situation
yeah. I
Don't
don't
look
because
take
at
I'm
myself
me in
a
a
serious
laugh.
serious
either.
I'm a
situation.
laugh. I'm a laugh
Yeah.
about it. I'm a laugh about it
Listen,
because that's just the way I get through life. Like I'm a laugh about something. I'm a laugh
You
about it.
have
listen. I'm
to.
trying to tell you, don't look at me doing a funeral and somebody say
Don't
something
look at
that's
me.
out
It's
there.
some
Don't
crazy.
look at
Yeah,
me.
don't look at me
It's
because
we're gonna be
I'm
over
a
in this corner hollering.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the corner
That's like
hollering.
how I be at work now. Cause now I work with people, like not behind the computer no more where I can get away with making faces. But at
Mm,
work, they be like, Crystal. I be like, so like today I kind of cut up, but like yesterday I was good. I said, I had to have a pep talk with myself. I had to say, Crystal, you only had 3 hours of sleep. Don't go to work acting like a stupid ass. So just shut your mouth all day long because you're gonna cut somebody out. So like the guy that's always bothering me at work, he's like, you awfully quiet. I said, this is your first warning. You know what happened when you got two warnings last time? Back
Oh
up.
no.
listen, when a black woman give you a warning, take heed
Take
He
to
heed
that,
to
bro.
listened.
it.
Then he learned the
Take
first time because I
heed.
told you got one
Yeah.
time. And he's like, but you're yelling at me. I don't give a. I said, you about to have me
So
cussing at work. Get out of my
so
face.
what you saying is you went from Kelly to Calendria.
No, I went
Kelly
to
said, "Don't mess
I
with
went to
me."
BC Crystal. I went to before church Crystal on him.
Mm.
That's what I
You
had to
went
do. And
from
I be like,
Georgia,
y'all be trying to have me acting black in here. Stop doing that. Cause
not before church. Before
Before
church.
yeah, the
church is
man today
crazy.
he started going like just yelling. I said, whoa, 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 back up. He
Yeah,
was like,
Oh
before church
my
yeah,
is
back
crazy.
goodness.
up because one, you too close, and in a minute I'm feeling attacked, and I might attack you back. So back up.
I think
Well,
that's a
listen,
black thing too. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
the closeness. Like you got to give me a certain amount of space. Like
yes,
don't be in my personal boundary area. Like
six
you got to back up
six
off
Mm-hmm.
of
feet,
me.
6 feet, 6 feet.
If
Uh,
I take my head and I can hit you, you too
you
close.
You
too
too
close.
close.
You too
Too
close. Like,
close.
and I'm not
Back
no
up
small
off me.
chick. I need a wide berth. I need a wide berth. Like back up, please, please.
Girl,
Like so,
I'm trying to
yes.
say, yeah, that's just.
Okay, so I
Black
got one more
people in
question
general.
because I'm just gonna keep on manifesting this for you. So let me just say this:
Hmm.
I'm a crime show junkie, like crime show junkie, and it is in my spirit because you in New York and you in Brooklyn that I feel like I need you to go to when Law and Order SVU have auditions. Please pop up.
Listen, listen, manifesting. Like I had an SVU. I thought it was booked. They hit my agent like, yo, we got Malik, boom, 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 and then they released me at the last minute, like last
Oh,
Oh, let
year,
me let me
like
get ready
last
to go
year.
slide in with Rich Parker
So
what
DM
listen,
her
petition?
DM and be like,
What
"What you
petition we
not
gotta
going to do?"
sign?
I'm
What
I'm ready.
petition we
Like
gotta
my wife
sign?
was celebrating, she was ready. Like she be hyped. I be like calm about everything until the paperwork is signed. But she was like, "Yo, we there," and I was like, "Yo." I feel like for acting, you gotta do Law and Order, right? Like you gotta do,
Yes,
like you ain't really like you
at
gotta
least
do
do an
Law and Order.
episode.
So
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun,
listen,
dun. That's my
I hope
show.
it, I hope it comes back around. I ain't gonna lie, like I said some choice words to my agent last month in a professional way, just because she
Mm-hmm.
was out of pocket. So I don't know if she's still rocking with me or not. But
You want me to
listen,
talk to her
I'm
for you? But
manifesting
she'll
it.
rock
You
with
know
you
what it
until I
is?
finish.
I'm manifesting it regardless. Like with her, without her, I just feel like it's gonna happen, right? Like it's just a
It
matter of
is. I feel it.
like
I
God got
feel
me,
it.
it's gonna happen. But I feel like Law and Order. Listen, I was ready. I was like, oh, now it's on. Now I can officially say I'm there because I did Law and Order, and they like released at the last minute. It was like, oh, we'll get him back in, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, right? But listen,
And
Yeah,
I'm
don't put
from your
him
but
mouth to
on,
it's
God's
gonna
ears,
come. It's gonna
basketball. Don't put
come.
him on killing nobody. Make him a
right?
scientist. Put some glasses on
Yeah,
I was a
suit and
paramedic.
tie.
I was a cool role. It was like a paramedic.
he's
It was like,
a paramedic.
oh, all right,
Yes,
cool, bet. And then
yes, they
I
had you
was
in a
like,
perfect
oh
role.
man, yeah. I was
So
like,
But you
that
know
means
cool,
a
what? That's
bigger
still
role
gonna
is
happen
coming.
for you,
That
though.
right?
means a bigger one is coming. But that
Indeed.
is like when I say I have been rocking with SVU since day
Nah,
one. Day
of
one.
course.
That is my show.
That's
All
a
time
staple.
favorite.
That's
That's a
It
what,
is.
staple.
right. That's I just literally told my husband. I said, "I swear to God, I feel like Law and Order SVU been on for like 50 years, and
Yo,
it's
It
ready
they
to
don't
just
get
matter.
had.
along."
I think it was the 25th anniversary.
25th.
They just
Yes,
had
Yes,
a
they've been on for
yeah,
25 years.
it's
yeah.
been
That's
going on for a
crazy.
very
And guess
long
what?
time,
Mariska
and
was
I
like
Mariska
tell
young
you,
when
and
she was
Evan
on there.
still ain't together.
Yeah,
yeah,
Still
like
ain't together.
yeah.
she's
Still
been
ain't
on
together,
there
right?
since she
They
was a
still ain't.
Right.
They
young.
might as well. Yeah, your wife got killed to this new. Y'all might as well just be together right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But she was a
Mariska
little
told
young,
me.
young tenderoni when she was first on there. So now my
Yeah.
man Ice T still making a living off there with his
Okay,
non-acting ass. He's
another
still,
one,
you know,
another
man.
one.
But I rock. You know why I rock with Ice T? Because he just stay low and get his breath. Like he don't do nothing
He
extra.
don't do
He
nothing.
just
Right.
play his part. He just playing his part. Like most people can't milk that role for 20 years. They had to try to do something
No.
else, like he just stayed low and been on there for 20 years. And it's like, yo, Ice
Yes,
T really couldn't act from the beginning and he's still on there. And it's
Right.
dope.
I
It's
love it.
dope.
yes, it's dope. It is. And
Mm-hmm.
well, I will say this: somebody who has impressed me though was LL Cool J, because
Nah, without question.
he
Without
impressed
question.
me because he actually did, do the due diligence, took the classes,
Hmm.
did the work. Him as
Hmm.
God was like the best thing since to this day. That
Listen,
role he played, and then he gets on there, and anything that he does, he brings just
and
a
we did
certain
In the
level of
House.
excellence in the house.
Then he did
Yes, like
In Too Deep was like, I bet.
Oh,
That's
yes,
you like
definitely.
LL playing
yeah.
that, I bet. You know what I mean? Like
That's what he
LL,
hit. He
yeah.
hit the stratosphere with that, and then
And
he
then he
just,
NCIS. He been on
yes,
that
Oh,
for
I
a
love
long time, right?
NCIS. I
Yeah.
love it.
yes,
Now I'm gonna
yes.
tell you who kind of shocked me, and I'm rocking with it, and I don't want them to end it. Is the Equalizer with Queen Latifah.
You like yo. What's crazy? That's one of my grandmother's favorite shows.
I
I
love
can't
it.
take it serious when she be flipping and kicking. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I cannot take this shit serious. Queen
Hey, she
Latifah is
hold
not
it
the.
for us, big girl
That's
sis.
like my
She,
grandmother's favorite show. And it ain't because she a
I
big girl. That shit
love
just
it.
be looking so like, yo, you is not karate chopping that dude like that. Who put that shit in there right there? Like, that is not real.
My
Like,
Miles, I'm with you. That movie she played with Ludacris, I cannot remember the name of it. when Jay had her, like she was pretend kicking ass, I was like, I looked at
Listen,
my husband like, listen, now
yo,
I
come
ain't know
on,
this shit was
come on,
I
come on
love
now.
Queen
Like I love
Latifah,
Queen Latifah,
but
but come on now. Who is you drop kicking for real? Like, come on.
right.
That's me and your grandmother show. Let us be. Let us be.
My grandmother loved that show. She
I
can't wait
don't
for
want
every
to get
week.
rid of it.
Where the equalize at? Where the
Yeah.
equalize at? I'm like, yo, listen, if you don't sit Queen Latifah ass down with drop kicking these dudes, but
She's
she
so
loved
much
that
better
show.
than them.
But I
She's
know
so
I
Listen,
much
love
better
I
than
love it for Queen Latifah because
me too.
she's like a lot of these new people don't like a lot of the young ones don't know she was a rapper. Like this is Queen
them.
Latifah.
Right.
Like you and
Right.
I, Ty, like you don't know Queen Latifah, but I get
Yes.
it. I'm just like, man, I'm getting old. Like you don't know Queen Latifah was the rapper. Like what are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about
No.
right now? Like
Facts. My son said something. We were watching something came on television, and Tyrese was singing. Now this was him. I think he was like 15,
ain't
and
no.
he goes, "Tyrese sing."
Nah, that's crazy.
I
That's
was like,
crazy.
"What the? How do you not know
He
this?"
only know him from Fast and Furious.
Yes, that's it. Like he only
That's
know him
crazy.
from. Like I was like, "What do you
And
mean
I know him from
Yeah.
Jody,
Tyrese
bitch
sing?"
ass crying.
Right, Jody, bitch. Yeah,
Mama.
right. Yo, listen,
Mama.
I
Yvette.
said, "What the hell?" I was like, "Listen, I had to sit him down. I felt like, no, hold on, you pulling me in your daddy black card right now. You
Yeah,
gotta sit down."
we got to educate you right now.
we
Yes.
listen. We had to turn that off and turn on some YouTube
You got to show
videos
them the
and
first
keep
like Coca
playing
Cola
like
video Tyrese was in
commercial.
singing on a bus. You got to
I
Yes.
show
was
them
like,
that.
no. Do you know how Tyrese got his start? And he's like, well, I said he was singing on the Coca Cola commercial,
Right.
and
But it
I,
also shows you like the greatness of blackness, right? Like
yes,
Right.
we span like I went from a singer to act. You don't even know me as a singer. You just know me as being an actor. Like that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like to
yes.
have two genres of career span that long is
That is
crazy.
true. That
And
is
I
true.
was just
That's
like,
crazy.
I told him, I said, it was weird to me, but then it wasn't weird because I was like, well, how do you know that The Rock was a wrestler and an actor? And I thought about saying, wait a minute, you been watching WWE since you came
Right,
out the
right,
womb.
wrestling since right, wrestling forever.
He's
Right,
like, you've been watching WWE since you came out the womb. But you know what?
right.
I want to go to another question because, like I said, y'all really rock with Myles. Y'all see a lot of different
Yes,
stuff, and
Talija,
something
let's
that
get this
I'm
martial arts choreography together. I see that. Yes, because that ain't
right,
that.
But I'ma still watch it.
exactly,
I'ma still watch it.
Of
yes.
course.
So I want to move to this. I saw in your story that you were sharing about plants.
I'm a plant. Listen. Don't get me started about my plants now.
I
Like,
listen. I was
listen.
so intrigued because
I
I
know. I'm like,
can't
whoa.
raise a plant for nothing,
I
and
feel like
so
everybody be like, "Yo, I was in Home Depot the other day, and these ladies were like, "You a plant guy? You work here?" I was like, "Nah, I'm just into plants." Like, I'm
what?
telling them, and they're like, "Yo, how you know this?" And I'm like, "I'm just a plant guy."
How did
So
you get
please
into
stay out of
plants, and
Home Depot.
what made you fall in love with plants? How did you get, what's the
Um,
love behind that?
Honestly, like my grandmother was always a plant since I was younger, like super, super into plants. My mother somewhat, but my grandmother was always like a plant lady, right? And as I got older, I was somewhat into it, but I didn't really know. Like I was killing them. I didn't really know. And then I
I
got
kill them
married,
still.
right? Like I got married and got into the space. And I was like, yo, this is really like my thing. Like I'm really like I got one. And I think what happened, like I got one because my wife used to be like, yo, that don't look good. Like you don't know what you're doing type shit. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna show her. And I used to be beefing with her, like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. Like it's fine. And then it would like die a couple weeks later. I had to be like, damn, fuck.
Right. She
Um,
knew what you was talking about.
right. She fake knew what she was talking about. And so then it was two things like my grandmother, and then I realized like, plants are living, breathing things, right?
Yes.
So
hmm
they're not all the same. And I think that's the first mistake people make. Like they try to, if you have multiple plants, they try to keep them on the same path. You can't, someone can, but they're not all the same. They require different care for each one.
Right.
So I started figuring that out. And then I like got into a space where I was like, all right, I'm making this one. Like, all right, I'm doing my thing with this. All right, let me get another one. And then there's this dude, Hilton Carter, a black dude from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like big in the plant world. And I was like, yo, this black ass from Baltimore, like he's from B-More, like The Wire.
From B more.
like, nah, I could do this shit. Like, I could do this. And so it really made me start researching and learning more and like really taking it seriously as to where like you probably saw a picture of my plant room, like the post of the plants. And so it was like, nah, these are like my bed. Like I'm very serious about my plants. Like I don't play about my plants. For
You
My
real.
do.
coworker, she's into plants, and like I love plants. So I just moved back to the DMV, and she gave me a plant, and it's just growing. I literally gave it a name. I talk to it every
Hmm.
morning. I
As you're
shift it.
supposed to.
Yeah. So then she told me, I told her I said, what's those purple flowers that open and close, open and close? So she told me, she sent me the link. So I just planted those yesterday. I'm excited for
Okay.
that. I just ordered 4 plants that I'm waiting to
See?
come.
That's
So
how it
I like
starts.
it's
Child.
addictive.
That's
It's
how it starts. Yeah.
addictive. Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. One of y'all two rub off on me because hell, I kill a piece of lily. Um,
It's
Two
it's
orchids.
honestly
Go.
just it's a matter of trial and error.
Yep.
Like you're going like you got to figure out, does this one need a lot of light? Does this one not need so much light because it might burn the leaves? Does this one need to
Right.
be watered every week or every few weeks? I tell people the easiest ones to start with are a snake plant or a spider. Like a
You
snake
gotta
plant, you could
have.
just water like once a month. It doesn't need super bright light. It's easy. That's easy to get started
Very.
with. Um,
Yes.
Snake plants,
I
pothos, or spiders are probably the easiest thing to start with.
well,
That's what
I
I
have an
did. We ordered a
alloy
snake
plant
plant and a
now.
pothos. Yep.
I have an
Hmm.
alloy plant now, and it's surviving. It's been surviving for like 6 months, so
Hey, so
I'm
there you
doing
go. That's a
good.
Get you
win.
another
That's
one.
a win.
That's a
I can't
win. That's a
look.
win.
I'm just gonna stick with that until I figure it out. Because I was like, you know what? Somebody. I think it was my work mother. She was like, "Oh my goodness, just get a piece, Lily. You can't kill it." I was like,
Oh yeah, watch this.
yeah.
Right.
Look, hold my 1792.
I
Yes.
don't like. I don't think peace lilies are that easy though. Like I don't think that's a really easy plant to be honest, because it
No.
requires it requires a little. Plants can be finicky, just like people, right? So when they come up, they not feeling the space. Like it requires some. Like that's why I said snake pothos or spiders. You could just sit them anywhere and they pretty much thrive. A peace lily
Hmm.
ain't super easy, right? Like it's not. So don't feel bad. Like a peace lily is not super easy to maintain. Once you get your groove with it, it's a little easier, but it's not super easy to maintain. Like I'm so serious about my plants. We did something for Christmas, and one of my wife's friends was a little tipsy. She went in this room and knocked one of my plants out. I was ready to kick her the hell out. Like, yo, you gotta go. It was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. She didn't realize she did it. She was a little lit, but I was like, yo, listen, man, don't mess with my plants right now. Like, you gotta. The middle of the party, I was repotting it. Like, yo, what's this? This ain't rocking right here. I
You
gotta
like
fix
Like
no,
this.
you got to go.
you like
You got to
no,
Yeah,
go.
forget it.
you gotta
Hold on,
go.
Love,
stop.
love said piece of lily are hell. They yes.
Yeah,
Those
they're
are
not that
orchids.
easy. Yeah,
And
orchids
Okay,
not. Orchids, yeah. Orchids not
oh my
easy to,
gosh,
those
you
aren't
got
easy
to
to
have
maintain.
at
thank
all.
you for telling me that because I felt so bad for so
Nah,
long, and I was like, she
nah.
said it was gonna be easy, and it died.
Nah, those
Nah.
aren't super easy to maintain. Fiddle leaf
Okay.
neither.
Nah.
Fiddle leaf is like my kryptonite. I'm gonna try again, but fiddle leaf plants, every time I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. They real finicky. But I'm determined that I'm gonna get it right.
I like that.
Yes.
So do you have a plant name? Like do you come up do you know people call you the plant guy? Like do you have a plant
I
name?
honestly started a plant page. I haven't like
Ooh.
broadcasted yet, but
Okay.
I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. It's just called Plant Guy from the Sty. Um,
It's like that's the
Plant Guy from the
style.
Sty.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
I
start
I
love
like
posting
it.
that.
content because people been hitting me up asking like, "Yeah, you should do a plant page." So when I do it, I'm gonna send it to y'all. Make sure y'all tap because I'm telling everybody,
I'm gonna
y'all
follow
say
it.
start this plant page, but y'all got to tap in. But I think it's because for me, like people think I'm an expert. I don't feel I'm an expert. I feel like I'm just a lover right now who knows a little bit. But I'm like nervous that people gonna be like, "Yo," da, da, da. I'm like, "What if I don't know the answer?" So I'm a little
I'll just
apprehensive.
tell them to tread lightly. Just
Yeah,
say tread
like
lightly.
Yeah,
I
like
know
Tread
I
lightly.
know a little bit, right? But like my
Right.
people think I'm an expert, and I'm like, I just know more than y'all because I'm into it. But I'm not
listen.
like I might be an expert to y'all, but like to Hilton Carter, he gonna be looking at me like, bro.
Look, you an expert to me because I'm sitting
Pretty
here
much.
like,
I'm getting like I
but
said, I'm getting back into it. But you know what? I'm gonna call you the plant style. Like so instead of bed,
I rock with that.
plant
plant
style,
style.
so bed style,
I
plant
wanted
style.
just a man with his plants because that's what I used, but that was taken. So I was like, all right, plant guy from the
Oh
sky.
dang.
plant
I
guy
like
from the
plant guy
side.
from the
I love
side.
it though,
We're
but
right.
I'm gonna follow that page too because
I will.
honestly, I
Yeah,
do want to
send me
get
to it. I
into
would
it.
Now I'm
definitely follow
like
it.
within the next few weeks, I'm gonna really like put content and post and put it out there because I'm like, all right, you
Got it.
just gotta do it. You
Gotcha.
just gotta do it.
I'm gonna tell my
Exactly.
friends to follow it too, because like I said, my coworker, she don't
Please.
have social media. We trying to get her on there, and she be like, no.
Uh,
She be
She
like,
listen,
like, no,
she not
she
doing it.
might be
She not
man.
good
doing
though,
it.
like because once you get on there, it's like, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a
Thank
curse.
you.
It's
Thank
a gift
you
and
for
a
saying
curse.
that. It
I love
is
the
a
plants.
gift
So
and
my
a curse.
wife likes plants. She don't love them much of me. I think it's like I want to live in like a jungle, and she like, nah, I ain't with that. Like, let's
I
like,
love that. Like, I follow
nah.
this girl online, and she has like a whole corner, and it's like
Hmm.
she just walk out of the plants, like that commercial where the guy just go back in his plants and hide. Yes,
Yeah,
with
like,
some records. I got my
yeah. I'm like,
book.
I would decorate the whole house with like plants everywhere.
Yes.
She's like, nah, not so much. And I'm
And
Yeah.
like,
it's
all right.
good for your air, right? The air in the house is real good
It
too.
is good
Like,
for the
Mhm.
air. It is good for the air.
yeah,
Some you gotta watch for like pets and kids because they could be poisonous.
Yeah.
right.
But plants definitely purify the air and bring better air into the yeah, absolutely.
Well,
That's
listen, now
true.
I'm
That is
definitely
definitely
gonna
true.
try my
But it's
hand
so
at it
funny because
again.
everybody's like, "You a plant? You in the plants?" Like, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
Listen,
saw.
yeah.
but I was so impressed because I was like, look at these plants just thriving.
Thank
I
you.
look, I'm just sitting here going through the stories. I'm like, wait, hold on.
Listen, when
Wait a
somebody tell me my plants are
minute.
thriving, I feel giddy. I'm like, yes, thank you
I'm
for saying that.
because I'm like, I'm sitting here like wishing. I was like, wow, I don't have this kind of green thumb. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Look at his plants. They're just so beautiful and
Yes,
thriving.
Nah, I
I
honestly got it
love
from
it.
my grandmother. My grandma was always heavy into plants, and so I kind of picked that up from her. Yeah, but
Yeah.
And
it's
it's
also peaceful.
beautiful.
Like
Stop,
sometimes I'll
It
just
y'all.
sitting
is.
there and just chilling and
I was
just, all right, I'm
cleaning the
stressed
dirt
out. Let me look at my plant.
yesterday. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
pulling out chunks of dirt, and I was just taking my finger and just squishing it. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I love what Tasha just said.
yeah. I see
She
it.
said, just tell them you're not claiming that you're an expert, but you're inviting us on your learning
Indeed, that's
journey.
exactly what
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing.
like that.
Indeed,
I like that. I
That
like
could
that.
be your
Thank you, Lisa.
tagline.
Yep.
Yes.
right.
She's brilliant like that. She do things like that.
Inviting us on your plant learning journey. I love it.
Yes.
Well, you,
Love
well, you
said
know
you the
what?
jack of all trades.
He said,
A
"What
little
is a
bit,
what
a little
man?
bit,
We
a
see.
little
What
bit,
is
We
a
a
little
see.
bit, a
man?"
little
So
bit.
we
So
talked about acting. We talked about music. We talked about plants. Now we gotta talk about narration because that's what
I
we're
would talk
here
about
for.
the
But
book.
that's
All right.
that's how we get to learn our narrators. Just getting into y'all business without really getting into y'all
I'm gonna
business.
take another shot before we start that. Wife, are you taking another
Okay.
shot or you good?
hey, and
Yeah.
Kaya said, "Take a
You
shot
taking
for
another
her
shot?
because
Are
she
you
don't
good?
drink."
Oh yes.
No, I'm
She's
talking
taking.
before I start with this part. I'm asking you taking another shot.
Look,
She like
we're
one is
inviting
enough.
his
What's
wife
up,
to take a
Kaya?
shot.
Kaya don't drink.
Kaya said
No,
she
she
don't
said she
drink, so
don't
take a
drink. So take
shot.
one for her.
I'm
I'll
gonna
take one
take
for
this
you,
water
Kaya.
shot.
I haven't drank much. Like it was Ramadan in like a few months, so I haven't drinking. I'm not a big drinker either. It's usually socially, but I feel like this is a social gathering,
It
so we're
is.
Yes.
I
here.
like that. We gathering
Mhm.
socially. I like that. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna let you take your drink and then I'm gonna ask my first narration question because I want to get into these games.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to get into these
Ready?
games. Okay, so I need to think of a toast for the next time.
Right
I don't know.
now,
I'll think of something.
look, right now we're gonna toast the Black audio book narrator. So we'll toast to
Hey,
that.
toast to that.
Toast to that.
Hey.
And Love says she's taking a sip with you, so you good. You
Hey,
got.
there you go,
Hey, thank
love.
you, love.
Thank you, Love. Yay! All right. So my first question is, how did you get into narration, and how long have you been a narrator?
Um, well, I got into narration. Always, I can never remember the book I did before, Love and the Rhythm of Blues, but I actually did a book before that that wasn't in this genre, wasn't in the black romance genre. Um,
Is it a, is
I
it a,
got
is it a lady on the cover? One or the
nah,
other.
it wasn't one of those. Nah, it wasn't one of those.
Okay.
You may as well, JC. You might as well grab a
Yes,
drink too.
JC, grab you one too.
Um, so I got it. So I've been a voice before I was a narrator. I was already a voice actor.
Okay.
And I got into that kind of through music. I was again hip hop artist, rapper, writer, and I went to take. I would work with singers a lot. And sometimes it'd be the wrong note and I'd be able to tell them, but I wanted to be able to let them hear it. Like, not that I could sing. I wish I could sing. If I could sing, it would be over. It would be over right now. But so I went to take a voice class just so I could use my instrument a little more to be like, no, this is the note right here. And in that class, you go around introducing yourselves, and there was an older white dude who was in the class, like, I'm a voice actor, boom, boom, boom. So after the class, I just stopped him because I was one of those kids. When I was little, like, I would see stuff on the TV, cartoons, commercials, and be like, oh, I could do that and just practice it. And so that was before I really knew what a voice actor was. So I stopped him after, and I was like, yo, can you just give me some info? He gave me a few coaches, and I met with one. I started doing private lessons, and he was like, yo, man, you never voice acted before? Shout out to my coach, Ed Lewis, who really got me started in the voiceover world. He's like, you never done this before? And I'm like, nah, but like I would see stuff on TV and just practice. And he's like, we did a couple sessions. He's like, you're pretty good. I'm going to reach out to an agent for you. Reach out to the agent. I get with the agent. I literally, and this is an anomaly, even for me, like my first audition was for like Budweiser Made in America in the vein of like Nas style. So I book it. Like my first gig, I book it, which was crazy. Like that doesn't happen. You could go a year before you book anything. And so like I book it, like the demo at that time was like, I didn't even have a demo yet. What we use is like a voice. So for a voice actor, your demo in the voiceover commercial promo world, a demo is kind of like your headshot. That's what gets you in the door. Okay. So I didn't even have my demo yet. I was in the process of recording it. This was maybe 10 years ago. So it was like $1,200, $1,400. So it's still a lot of money to me, but it was a lot more back then than it is now. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I just got to pay for this demo. And I booked the gig, and the exact cost of my demo was the exact amount the gig played. So I was like, yo, this is God. This is God telling me like, yo, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So that's how I got into voice acting in general. I got into audiobooks. As I learned more about voice acting, I was like, oh, audiobooks it seemed like a good way to make some money. And I didn't really know about the whole Black romance world yet at all. Right. I was just like, oh, this seemed like cool. This seemed like a consistent way to make some money. Boom, boom, boom. So I took an intensive with a lady named Piper Gadiv, who was big, not in this genre, but big in the other side of the audiobook world. And I was like, okay, cool. But it still was a few years for anything shipped from that. I did an audition. I think it was from my agent. I ended up doing that one I was telling you about. Then I posted on, shout out to Carrie Height. I don't know if y'all know Carrie Height.
Yes. I'm listening to a book with him in it now.
That's my guy right there. That's my brother. He's the one who really put me on game in the audiobook world. Right. We met on set, on an acting set. Like I'll tell that story later if we got a chance. It was a funny story. But we met on set in the acting set, and we just clicked and stayed cool. And we found out we both voiceover artists. And then as I started to explore the audiobook world more, he put me on a lot of game and was like, yo, you need to make a profile on ACX, Ahab, do this, and that. So then how I got introduced to this world, Love found me on ACX. Right. And was like, listen, I've been going through narrators, but they know they're kind of more like theatrical. Like, I love your samples. This dude is like from the hood, but still boom, boom, boom. And it was like perfect. Right. And so we talked about, and she was new to audiobooks. That was like her first audiobook. So I talked to her, I talked to her partner, Mike, and it was like, all right, we're going to work this out, boom, 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 boom. I had a female narrator who didn't end up working out, like at the last minute. Shout out to her, because she probably kicking herself right now. Like, it was like, I was like, I had my own studio. I was like, look, you don't got to pay for a studio time. You can just come record in my studio. I'm not going to charge you. None of that. That's you can just get it in.
Wow. Yeah.
Literally the day that she was supposed to come record, she hit me like, I don't know. I don't like the rig. And I'm like, yo, you supposed to talk about this way beforehand. Like, what you mean right now? Like, all you doing is literally sitting and recording. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I did the Love and Rhythm of Blues. And Love was like, look, I'm new to this. You new to this. If you could do it for this, I got more work for you. And I was like, cool. We just vibe. So I was like, cool. I'm going to rock out with this. And we did that. Right. And
so
we did the Love and Rhythm and Blues. And then that was it for a minute. Like, it was like I was back doing my other stuff. That was that. But I knew there was more books coming in that series. I had a few other. Shout out to Jacinta Howard, who reached out to me. It just didn't end up working out with that book. So I did that, and then I think I can't remember if I did Love's another one in that series or I did CCJ's first. But I just remember Love being like, Love and CCJ tight. She was like, listen, CCJ is feeling it. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, yo, Love, give me the spill on it. Like, you know this person better than me because I just want to rock with people that I rock with. And she was like,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
this is my people. Cool, cool, cool. So it was like, boom, ended up doing that. And it kind of took off from there. And then I got married. And I think the year I got married, it was like, all right, Love, I'm looking to do more books now. Like, I'm going to do more books. And she was like, all right, CCJ got you. But she was like, you need to connect with Wesley Siobhan. I didn't know
Mm,
Wesley at the time.
Yes.
right.
Um, but this is why I'm always big up Love, who's like my sister at this point, because she always pointed me in directions or put me in places to succeed. And you can't do nothing
Exactly.
but love somebody who puts you in, who speaks your room, speaks your name in the room when you're not there, and just puts you in places to
Yes.
I
succeed.
love that.
I
I love
love
that.
Um,
that.
Yes.
and
Hmm.
so she was like, "All right, CCJ, I did a couple of CCJ books." And for me, I just be doing it, right? Like I'm not really thinking like I'm doing it thinking I'm giving a good performance, but I'm not like an award seeking person, right? Like so I'm
Mm-hmm.
not doing it like oh, I'm doing it for the accolade. I'm just doing it and trying to give my best performance. And
Right.
so I connected with CC. Me and Wesley ended up working on a CCJ book together, and that's how we connected. And then Wesley has our own like production company. So from
Right.
there, we got cool, and she started being like, "Yo, you want to do more?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to do more." We started casting, boom, 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 and that was that. And
I
then
love it.
last year,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't 2023, it was 2022 or 2023. I signed up for APAC, which is the Audio Publishing Association, and I
Right.
went to the actual festival. So that's when I met Wesley in person. That's when I met Jacoby. Um, I met Ty
That's
Def, and
my
I'm down in
peanut butter and
Atlanta.
jelly.
Yo, Jacoby,
Yes.
shout out to Jacoby because he showed mad
Yes.
love. Like he showed mad love. He was
Yes.
just very genuine, very cool. He ain't know me from nowhere. You know what I mean? It was just real cool. Like, yo, I've been hearing you. It look like it's your time now. Put you on the game. Boom, boom, boom. Reach out whenever you got questions. I always respect that, right? Because I've been in
Yes.
positions
Yes.
where people
Hmm.
act funny for no reason. You know what I mean? That wasn't that.
Hmm.
So I always respected that. So I'm always like, that's I'm always like, shout out to this, shout out to Ty Def, and I'm down in Atlanta who've casted me for multiple things. But that's kind of how I got brought into this world is really through Love, ACX, Wesley, CCJ. That's what really brought me into this genre. That's what really brought me into
Right.
this world.
But we are glad that they brought you over here. And so,
Yes.
like Crystal
Yes.
said earlier, please don't leave us. Don't
Now
leave
I'm here.
us.
I'm
And
here. I'm
and you
here.
know what?
As
Because
long as
we
y'all
are
have me, I'm
all
As
here.
you was
in.
talking, I listened to this book last year. I think it was relationship goals
Mm-hmm.
by
Hmm.
CCJ.
Mm-hmm.
You freaking killed that book, and that's what I'm saying. Like last night when I was doing the Writer Wednesday about you, I said, "Damn, he did relationship goals." Now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again because
To the
I mean, like I
end.
said, I just felt like this dude probably sitting back, like, yeah, so blah 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 blah. Like that's how it came off, and that's what I love about you because it's not saying because it's other people, but I was telling Untamed, I said, man, we gotta get Miles on the show,
We should.
please, like,
I appreciate that.
please, because
I
I like.
appreciate that.
I don't know what it is because I was like, I said, I don't know. You know how I feel about Jacoby, but Miles kind of knocking on that door, like, move on,
Listen,
move
Jacoby,
on
listen,
up.
man. Listen, I'll put it like that's big because that's like the goat right there, right? Like that's
Yeah,
like even
Yes.
when we talked at the festival, he was like, "Man, I was doing this shit when we had to print the whole script out, right? Like it was CD-ROM,
Hmm.
like so that's like how long the career
he's
he
been doing
spanned.
it.
So that's
Right,
Yes.
goals, right? Like to be like, yo, I've been doing this shit and I'm still doing it at this higher level.
right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
that's you gotta give him his flowers while he's here, right? Like
Yes.
I'm big about giving
That's
flowers, and
true. He
that's
deserves them.
Yes. He
yeah,
deserves it.
like that,
And
that's
we
that's that's
he
big.
is he's a beast. He's a phenomenon. And I love the way what I was gonna say is that I just love the way that you guys in this, especially this black audio narrator
Yeah,
community, that you guys support each other and it's no gatekeeping. You guys show each
Yeah,
other love and you all I like to always bring your A game. I love it. Like y'all give us authors and the readers your very best. and just bring y'all have brought these stories to life. And so
Thank
just
you.
as an author and a reader, I appreciate all of you. I thank you
I love it,
all for
man. Like,
all y'all
I actually
do.
had somebody, a publisher. I'm not gonna say the name, but they were like, it gave me more clout because I won an award from y'all in audio flow. Like they were like, "Yo, we heard about you." We were like, "You won this and this," and it was like, "Congratulations!" This was before I really even knew. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Like it was like I'm dead ass. I was like, okay, I like because again, I'm not really in it for that, but it's like, if it's gonna help elevate me, I fuck with it. You know what I mean? But they was like, they reached out after the wins and was like, "Yo, shout out to you! Like I'm glad you're getting recognized." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's dope." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh
dope.
my
That's dope.
God.
You
Oh
know?
my, look, I'm almost shaking that. I'm so excited for
Nah,
you.
that's
I'm
dope.
so glad
Shoot.
that that was
That's dope.
able to open doors for you.
For
We
you,
just,
and that's what we do this for. Like, I had another blogger that's like I'm real cool with. She called me. She was like, "Hey, yo, like, where you been?" And I'm like, I don't have time for books and so right now. Like, I still read, but
Mm,
I'm writing more and I'm enjoying writing. But I told Untamed, I said, I'm not giving up the podcast. Like,
mm.
I can't walk away from the podcast. I really
Yeah.
enjoy sitting here and talking to you guys, and then for you to sit there and say that what we're doing is helping people out.
yes, impact
Yes,
this
Yeah,
show.
nah, because I feel like like when like I might be celebrated by not us. Yeah,
right,
I
hmm
might.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I might not. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a what I don't audio file from one of those awards that Carrie told me
Mhm.
about. He was in LA for like the history of hip hop. I was a part of that. He was like, "Yo, you won an award," and I was like, "Oh, that's dope." But these like no, it was dope, and I'm gonna be wrong, I love it, but it meant
Right,
more knowing that y'all like really listen to this shit and really be locked
Yeah.
in and really like, I bet, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they really rocking with it.
Yes.
That means something to me, and I'm not an awards person, but that
right.
means something to me. You know what I'm saying? To be
Yes.
like the people that I want to love my shit are loving it. Bet that's what's up.
I
Well,
love it. And I
I'm
tell
loving
people all the time that this for me is a labor of love. Like
it. Love,
for
yep.
me, yeah, look, I'm going back telling my backstory that like this started our whole thing started off as just a online blog. It was just like
Right.
something because black authors, I'm be honest, just didn't have a whole lot of spaces at the time where
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
they could showcase their work. And I was like, okay, well I'll do interviews on the blog. And so then it grew from that to all right, I'm just gonna get on here on Wednesdays and talk about, things that's going on in the community. And then it went from there
Hmm.
to, oh, let me start this podcast and do interviews with
Hmm.
authors. And
Now
and
look at
so
it.
it's like a marathon. I tell everybody, I said, like, yo, it's a marathon. And Crystal, no, I tell her all the time, I'm still trying to figure out how I do all this shit.
Yo,
but
y'all
the
just don't
podcast,
understand how many things that she's doing. And
Mm,
like we literally sit on the phone, especially like I last year I quit my job. Like I was like, fuck this
mm.
job, deuces,
I
I'm
she
out.
feel
did.
God. I feel that. I
I
feel
sat
that.
home for 3 months, like just chilling. When I
hmm
say for 3 months, we was on the phone every day, all day long, writing, coming up with stuff to do on the podcast. Like we really enjoy this stuff. Like she texted me, I said, we got to do a what's the name for Myles? You got a baseball hat? And I'm like, no. So I had to ask my daughter. Like we be so big in this, and I really enjoy doing this. Like y'all really be seeing the crazy side of me, and I'm like,
But
no,
that's
I'm gonna have
but that's what
fun.
makes it real and relatable, right? Because
yes,
it's authentic. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like I tell people with social media, like don't feel like you only see the wins. Like
Right. You don't see it
Exactly.
all from
you
me.
don't see how many joints I've been like, no, we don't want you for that. Like you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
there's a lot of no's before you get that yes. So the
Yes. Yep.
authenticity is what people appreciate, I feel like.
Yep. That is so true.
Yes.
I love
And
it.
love says, she said, Indie Love discovered Miles for me. That's what she said.
Yes.
Mm.
And she says also Jacoby is good people. And
He
Jacoby
hello
Love.
is.
everyone who's joined. Amberly J, Arthur Blossom, Bookworm,
Shout out to everybody.
Candace.
Shout out to Zakia.
Sha-
Super
Yes,
dope who did want to be
Akia.
down with me. Shout out to Wesley. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Winston because I feel like right now it's like a friendly like either I'm doing it or he's doing it. Like I'm like all right, that's him or
Yes.
I
that's it. You know
noticed
what I'm
that.
saying? Like
I
shout
noticed
out to
that. Yeah.
Winston. I've never met him in person, but it's always been love. And I love the fact that it's not weird in this space. Like it's
Right.
not
Yes.
no, like it's supportive. It's definitely like I don't want to mispronounce the name. How you spell her name? Tasha Lisa?
Tasha
Talisia?
Lisa. Okay.
Tasha
Tasha
Lisa.
Lisa. Yes, the respect is definitely beautiful. Because I've been on the podcast and we been shouting each other out like, yo, what's good? Boom, boom, boom. But I'll be looking. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll be looking like, oh, Winston got that. All right, I'm about to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I love to see it, and I love to see the space that we have for us.
Right.
Yes.
That we have for us is dope.
So I'm
I love it.
going to skip forward just a little bit because I want to know, how do you like prepare when you're getting ready to narrate these stories? What's your preparation method?
I'm kind of crazy, honestly. Like, I like to read the story and know who the person is, or as much as I can. Um, and then I kind of sit with it for a minute. I digest it, drink a lot of water, a lot of tea, a lot of honey. Um, like I said, depending on the character, I might smoke a joint sometimes. Be like, all right, this needs to be. But and then I'm just like I'm going in like I'm locked from the time I go in that booth. I'm
Mhm.
Xander, I'm Asmir, I'm Young Lord. Like I'm that person until I step out. Um, Almost like Superman when he go in the phone booth and change. Like that's who I am, and I'm trying to think just like as an actor, right? Like I don't want to come out of a
Mhm.
vacuum, right? Like I want to have some history. Like I learned in my auditions, my coach, like you don't want to just come from a space of nowhere, right? Like you believe,
Right.
like where am I coming from? Where am I coming from as this character? So I'm gonna lock into that character, digest as much as I can, know their history, what their story is, what their routines are, and then I'm gonna go in the booth and just kick back and do my thing, like I'm talking to y'all, because I don't want it to be super performative. Um, I want it to be real, like I
Right.
want it to be real. I want to be locked in. And sometimes, like I'll tell Wesley the other day, sometimes I got to step back and take a break because I just might be tired and I feel like I'm not giving what I need to give right now, and
You
I got to
are.
step back.
You
Mhm.
giving what needs to be given.
I got to step back
Mhm.
in there. But that's after
Well,
the break, right? Like I
that's
recognize
after the
myself,
break.
like nah, my voice might sound a little different. Because I think Love sent it to me one time. Like I think early on, and again, I was new to narrating this length of books. So when she was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, it sounds a little different," not in a bad way, but it's just, and I was like, "Yo, I probably was just tired, right?" And
Right.
Mhm.
I was pushing through when I should have just took that break, right,
Right.
Mhm.
and let me rejuvenate and get that energy back. Um, so I really like I don't have no crazy preparation methods. Like once I can digest the character and feel like I know who this is and how I want to attack it, then I'm pretty much at it.
Absolutely. And
Now
you
you
know
just
what?
said you said two words that I be trying not to hear. And love know how I feel about this first series. So now that I know you on it and you Asmir Divine Jacobs, let me just go ahead and use my credits and get the book and listen to it. Now, my favorite book, and I did talk about that on when I did the Writer Wednesday about you. My favorite book in that series is book three.
That's
Book
Love
three,
Unchart. Which one is that?
yeah, Love Uncharted. And
Love
that's
Love
on
because
Uncharted.
she
charter.
finally
Mhm.
let her guards down and said, all right, fuck it. Let me let this man love me.
Ooh,
Let,
Right
let
now.
me let
Uh
this man give me this, give me that. So I love that. But now let me go see you as Asmir Divine Jacobs. Yeah, I'm going to go back and
huh.
revisit it.
Asmer is a complex dude.
Can I
Um,
just say this? That's what I'm going to just go ahead bluntly because, I told you I don't care what I say out my mouth. That Okay, let me try to clean it up a little bit.
That's
But that's one
that's her
sexy
man.
ass motherfucker.
That's her
I'm gonna just
man.
say that.
you know what's so crazy? Like I joke with
Mm,
Love about this. I'm like, yo, they love Asmer, but I'm like, yo, he's low key toxic as fuck.
Toxic is a
As
mug,
hell.
but
As
he that
hell.
toxicity that just make you want to be like, yes, daddy, I'm on my way.
Yo, that's the
For real,
crazy
man.
part. That's the crazy part. Cause I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, if I was this as a man, they'd be like, yo, you toxic as fuck. But they love
right.
this dude. But
They
I'm
I
like, yo,
love
that it makes sense at the same time. Like it don't, but it does at the same time. You know what I mean? Like my wife would love this dude, but the mother joints would love this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like
man.
that's the
Yes.
crazy shit.
That man, and then I think what I loved about him the most was he was smart. He was strategic.
Super
You know,
smart.
Mhm.
Like
and he
super
was
smart.
hood. He
But
was
you know
hood as hell.
what?
Who don't like a smart ass hood nigga. I do.
That listen,
Yes.
I relate to that on a high level. Like
Yes.
women love a smart hood dude. Like yo,
Yes.
women love a
Absolutely.
smart hood nigga.
Hood
Look
Like
good,
dude.
I ain't
talk
gonna
good,
lie.
smell good.
Listen,
Listen.
I'm
For
just
real.
humbly, but women always be like, yo, you so smart in the hood. Like they love a smart hood nigga. I don't know what
Hmm.
it is. I haven't intentionally tried to be that, but that's like they love that shit.
But you know what
You know
it
what I mean?
is? I'm gonna tell you what I feel like it is. Like for us, well, I'm gonna say for black women, we love a man like a man, just a man's man.
I
You
get
like
that.
that gruff side of him,
I get
somebody
that.
who gonna handle business for real, protect you. But at the end of the day, who moves smart? Who knows
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
intelligently.
Yeah,
Because
who could kind of you could take him anywhere,
yeah,
right?
you
Like
can
they
take
could
him
blend anywhere.
anywhere. Like,
Yeah,
He can
cause
code,
you
and
know you
not
can't take
even
the
him
hood
code
guy to
switching, because he don't even
yeah.
code switch. He the
yeah.
same way, like point blank. Period. What you see is what you get with him, and I'm just like, damn, Raina's girl, get yourself together. Get this, stop playing.
Yo, but that's the whole thing. Like as I'm narrating it, I don't be looking at Raina like that. I'll be looking like, yo, Az may be bugging sometimes.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? But Raina, and she's younger. You know,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
younger. He has a different status. He has a different level of paper financially. So I get it. But it's like I relate on Asman because it's like being a smart, humbly I say that, being a smart dude that also be like, yo, I'll smack the shit out of you is hard to
Okay.
come
Yes.
by.
I love that. Love
You know
Yes.
what I'm
that.
saying?
But
Like that's
love is good for writing
She
those
OD,
definitely
kind of
is.
characters.
OD. Absolutely.
She yeah,
Absolutely.
she definitely. And like I said, you gonna smack. Yeah, I'm for that. And guess
Because my
what I'm
wife
gonna do
sometimes be
when we
like,
get
yo,
home?
it's been different situation. She be like, you gotta calm down. I'm like, yo, I'm calm. But listen, he gonna know I will smack this like, don't play with me. Like on
I
certain
was smack
levels,
the shit out
don't
of
play
him
with me. Like
On site. On
on
site.
on
on site,
site. On
on site,
site.
immediate. I don't give a fuck about none of that in here. Don't play with me right
Yes.
now.
You know,
Because
Exactly.
I
certain
have a
levels it
little.
just don't matter.
Yeah,
Like everything else
I
goes out the
tell people
door.
all the time, I don't try to show that bad side of me because I like it's sometimes hard to reel me back in. But I had to tell somebody, don't get it twisted because you getting to see the nice side of me.
Right.
But I promise you piss me off. I done told two baby daddies, my daughter, my cousin, if they see you, smack your ass.
On
And if they
site.
don't smack you, I'm
On
gonna smack
site.
them. Like,
So it's almost like the scene where Asman bugs out with the dude Thompson at the restaurant, right? Like I related to that fully. Cause it's like, yo, nah, what the fuck, what's happening right now?
right, what's
Like I
going
don't
on?
Let's
care
Yep.
about I'm a multimillionaire world. I don't care about none of that right now. In this
Right.
moment, once you hear
see.
like, yo, don't nobody touch me, it's
Yeah.
over. Like once I'm at
Yep.
that point, it's over.
That's what
So I
I'm saying.
get
I
it.
don't
Exactly.
care about none of that shit.
Hey,
But
About
I've
none of
tried to
I'm
that
trying
love
to
shit.
tell
I've tried
you.
to lower my levels of toxicity as I get
hmm
older.
Love said that's that Brooklyn, and she said she appreciate
That
that
is
you
that
read
Brooklyn.
her project
Yes.
from top to bottom before you do your performance. And that's something else, and not saying that nobody else do it, but that is something I can kind of tell because it's like I feel like, to be honest, do you even have the books in front of you? Like I feel like you to sit here and study them enough, study the
Now,
characters,
love
so you
always
just
sends
get in
me
there.
love sends me physical copies. Like we just got that because
Oh,
I'm like, yo, I'm like, I love like sign it for me and send it to me. Like I love reading a physical
oh,
copy. So love will send me a physical copy. Other joints they'll send it to me like email and I'll just read it like that. But
right.
I try to read as much as I can, honestly, because I feel like that's like I could really know, like, I bet I know who this is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like I know who this
yes.
Mm.
is.
So let me
Is
ask you
there a
this:
book?
which one of
Look,
your characters? I'm gonna ask you which one of the
no, that's
characters.
not about to go ahead.
Did you feel like since you do prepare, which one do you think that had the took the most preparation for?
Asman. Because I felt the pressure. And I told us to love, like, he's like the key to everything in that universe.
Yes.
He
Right?
is. Yep.
So I felt it. I was like, man, like, all right, I done did Raji, I done did Young Lord, but it all leads back to Asman in some
It
regard.
all, yep, it sure
Yeah.
did.
And so we talked before, and she was like, yo, I know you're gonna kill it. And I felt like I was gonna kill it. And I don't want to say I was nervous, but I was anxious. I was like,
Hmm.
I gotta get this right. But then I had to calm myself because I was like, what's right? Like what's right? Like dive into it how you dive into everybody else and it'll be right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Asmir definitely was like, the Love Belvin universe is humongous. And
Yes.
I was like, Asmir is the birth of it all. Like, like me and Love talked on the side about certain things. She was like, nah, that's not that. Like certain street shit, like outside of the books. And I was like, yo, this is that. And she was like, no, that's not that. But because I was just like, I was going that deep with it. Like, yo, nah, this street's like, I know this. Is that what you saying? You know what I'm saying? She's like, nah, that's not that. But Asmir, I just felt like
back in Asmir Divine
Asmir, I felt like, yo, listen, like, from Asmir, from his whole story, from his mom's being locked up, to him being ran to his pops, to Big, like, it was like
that dude that took him in and took Cam to be a grimy ass
right,
nigga.
to be a grimy ass nigga. Right.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
And then you get this beautiful black woman who don't want nothing from nobody. She just wants to live her life.
Because she's already damaged. She got her shit going on.
Yes.
Right. She got so much going on. And I was like, girl, suck that shit up and get that man.
Right. And she was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, all right, like, and just on a real level, like, how many men, women, if you got a multi-millionaire pursuing you and you just like, yo, I'm cool, like, I could tell you to leave it. Like, nah, that's how real Raina was. That's how real Raina was.
I'll put it this way. I say to this day, I wouldn't have no more kids, but if a Asmir Divine Jacobs come to me and say, I'll give you whatever you want as long as you give me a baby, I'm going to do something. We're going to have to
you know what I'm saying?
pick up somebody else's kid and say, here you go.
You know what I mean?
Get that baby.
Like, I was mad at Asmir when he kissed Dawn. I'm like, yo, bro, for real? Like, oh, man. This what we doing? Like, come on, man. Because I'm like, Dawn is whack. She trying mad hard.
Like,
you know, like
she should only be able to lick the bottom of your shoe.
Listen, this is what I love. I love the fact that you are into what you read. Like, you are
nah.
Like,
listen,
you are into the world.
I was like, listen,
I love it.
I've done a lot of books, right? And I'm not going to knock one. But what I tell people is, like, the amount of books I've done makes me appreciate good writing. Yes. Right? Like, it makes me appreciate, be like, yo, this is good writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this story is, because some shit I do, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to knock it, but some shit I'll be like, come on, man, what the fuck is this shit? Like, come on. But it is what it is, but it makes me appreciate good writing. It
makes you appreciate the good writing part.
So, like, when you locked into a book, like I said, I'm a reader. So when I get locked into a book, I'm like, oh, I bet. And then it's like, oh, I got to be this character. I bet. So I'm like, yeah, Donna's whack, man. Like, I wouldn't even fuck with you on the street. Like, you trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even seem like your style. Like, she trying so hard. Like, come on, man. And then in my mind, I start forming visuals. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, Raina look like this. Dawn look like this. Come on, bro. What you doing right now?
I love it. I love it. Because we do the same thing. We do the same thing as authors. We do the same thing as readers. But, I want to get into this. I want to get into this game, this first game. So the first one is called This or That. And Lisa, I see. Look, she did say, "Let me go back." While we getting this and that game together, she said we was close. It's Tosha Laser.
Tosha Laser.
That's
correct. Tosha Laser.
I love it. Yeah, because you want to know what's so funny? She had to do that to us when we was at the house party last year. Like, break it down to make sure everybody was pronouncing it right.
I'm big on that. I'm big on pronouncing, like, giving people their proper respect for them. Because names hold a meaning. So I'm big on that.
Yes. Say that. I just had this conversation with my daughter. Her name is Kiana, right? And everybody loves to call her Kiana. And I'm like, your name is pronounced Kiana. Don't tell us something to say Anna. And so she's like, and I had to just really tell her, like, yo, listen, I always wanted to name my daughter Kiana. That's number one. But number two, your grandmother's name is Ann. And so when I told your dad, like, I really like the name, he was like, oh, well, it's got Ann in there. It's for my mom. I can represent my mom too. And I was like, bet. So I was like, so yeah, when you're saying Anna, that just knock out your grandmother's name,
Right. Right.
Say Kiana. I was like, so she's like, now, she'll correct people all the time. I'm like, no, it's Kiana. I said, but you have to tell people, what their name means.
Yeah.
My son, older son, wished he was a junior until I told him, like, well, my grandmother, which your great grandmother, came to me in a dream and told me she liked the name Christian. So now he loves the name Christian.
Yeah. I wish I was a junior until like my mom was like, yeah, your father wanted you to be your own man. And I was like, oh,
I love
that
that.
makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that makes
Yes.
like even my name is really Malik, right? But everybody like the white people would say Malik, and so I just like Malik is cool. But like Malik, when somebody says Malik, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I'm like,
Right.
oh, I've Rip. But I'm big on like giving people their space for the name because it holds so much meaning, and like you said, for different reasons. Like your grandmothers, your ancestors, whatever it might be, shining through. Put some respect
Yes.
on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. So we got you. We got you. So we got the correct pronunciation. And so we have this game. This one is really quick. It's this or that. And so I as we talked, I feel like I know most of the answers, but we're gonna ask you anyway.
Yeah, I think so
So
too.
so wine or liquor?
You
Liquor,
gotta say liquor. It's
liquor,
Liquor.
liquor.
Liquor. Okay,
yeah.
wine or liquor?
I'm actually, what's funny, again, back to love. I hit love up, like we got some wedding glass, some wine glass for our wedding gift. And the love and rhythm of blues, there's some fancy ass wine that I always had to be like, how you
Yep, I
pronounce this
remember
shit?
that.
And I was like, yo, love. So I asked her to put me on the wines because I'm like, I'm trying to drink more wine, but it's liquor. Liquor
Liquor.
all day.
Okay.
Liquor.
Something dark all day.
I know that's right. Salt or sweet? Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay, okay. Morning or night?
Mm, both really. Both really. Like depends on like for what.
Okay,
Like
I like that.
depends on for what, but kind of
okay,
both.
okay, okay. I can feel that. So,
Yes.
narrating or acting?
Oh, I feel like they one and the same.
You know
Um,
what? Facts. I feel
I
you
feel
on
like they
that,
one and the
though.
same.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't choose one over the other. I say acting just because I feel like narrating is a part of that gift, right? Like
Okay.
as much as I'm being myself, I'm still acting to a degree. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I feel like I can't really, that's tough. That's tough.
That's
But I feel
splitting
like they
hair.
one and the same. I feel like when I'm narrating, I'm giving you some of my act. That's the reason why I love kind of narrating. It lets me act more. Like when I'm doing
Right.
like commercial stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's somewhat acting, but when I'm narrating, I'm really getting into character. So I
Okay.
feel like it's one and the same.
I
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Untamed.
I was gonna say, so we gonna move. We're gonna move into the next set of questions. I was like, was it still about? Yeah, it's still about narration. I had to look. I was like, it's still about narration. Yes, but go ahead, Crystal. You got
Okay,
next.
so I have a question. What was do you have like a favorite character that you narrated?
Young Lord right now. I mean, I've got so many characters.
Right.
There's numerous characters. Like I love Xander. I love numerous characters. Um, Young Lord, I would say my most recent that I've narrated. I got a joint coming out with Casey Mills when I narrated this
Oh
dude
yes.
Hakeem.
Yep.
I really enjoyed him. Um, but to date, it's probably Young Lord just because I felt like I related so much. Honestly, and he's a rapper, so that was in
Yeah,
like,
You messing
so
me up now.
and
You
you know
messing me up
what?
yeah.
because I
I
almost want
can
to go to.
tell Young Lord is your fave because every time you say his name, you
Your face
say it
lights
with
up.
a certain finesse.
Yo, because
Like
that's that
you
guy.
just
Like Isaac was that guy, man. Like his journey, his evolution was
Yeah.
dope. You know what I mean? Like, and he ain't from New York, but he's from Jersey, so it's still a tri-state. A lot of the same lingo, a lot of the same, get down. And I feel like my wife ain't Kenny, but they got certain similarities. Whereas like she was from a different world than I was from.
Right.
Um, and so yeah, so Young Lord, I definitely was like, I thought Raji was gonna be there. I did Young Lord, and I was like, oh shit, this is my guy right here. Like, yeah,
When you
Yeah.
said that you liked Sweet earlier, I feel like that's your Raji character.
mm,
Like Raji
Mm-hmm.
was so complex and had so much in
Yes.
the background in his past that was starting to
Yeah.
come
yeah,
out that I just like it was sometimes that the way he treated Winter, I was like, man, fuck that nigga.
yeah. He's wild a little bit.
Mm.
He real
Yeah,
wild. Like, who cares? But
yeah.
then when they started being together in the bedroom and getting to talking and knowing each other,
Really
I
knowing
said,
him,
oh,
knowing his
I
spirit and
like
his
him.
soul.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I felt with you doing it. I was like, it was just, I don't know what it is about that story. It was just so cute to see two people who are complete strangers who did not want to be in the situation they was in
hmm
to fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that, a lot of people don't like the friends and lovers, but they wasn't even friends. They
No, they
weren't
were
right.
even
They wasn't
strangers to
friends.
strangers.
lovers.
Right.
Right.
They
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 went
was
were
from
just in a
strangers to
situation where
lovers.
they had to come. Yeah, they come to my mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think a part of no. Go ahead. You finish.
no, I was just saying I love that about that story. I was just like, oh yeah,
I think
I
a
loved
part
it.
of Young Lord too is I had a good bit of traumatic shit when I was young growing up, as did
Hmm.
Raji, but it was my trauma
Yeah.
was kind of more similar to Young Lord's.
Got you, got
Okay.
you.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it was just like, yeah, when I was reading before I even wrote it, I think I hit love like, yo, this is my guy right here. Like, yeah, like I rock with
Yes.
Raji. You know what I'm saying?
All
I
right, so
rock
I
with
think
Young
I'm gonna
Lord.
go ahead and
Yes.
get young Lloyd out the way and then go back to Asmere because I've read Asmere. Like I literally,
Yes.
when I say it took me 2 months to read that whole series, I would be in the bed like seriously contemplating. Well, Crystal, you don't have to be at work until like 10 because then I was working from home, so you can
Yeah,
stay up till about 2 because
that's
I was
how I
like,
do when
okay,
you
just
lock in with
one
a
more
book.
chapter, yeah, and then go
Yeah,
another
Yes.
chapter.
yeah.
And
Like I'm waiting on that new
yes,
Tommy Adeobi, like the new from the Blood. I'm waiting for that new joint to drop June 25th. I already
Okay.
pre-ordered. Like that's how it is when you locked in with a book.
yes,
So I get it.
yes.
Exactly. And I actually, for Raji's story, I've never like disliked him. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, me
Mm-mm.
neither.
for
Me neither.
for
Yeah,
Raji, I think early on, even though I didn't know as a reader, like what was actually going on, you could just tell it was some real deep dark shit that was happening, but you could
Right,
hmm
tell from the rip, like, regardless, he was a good person at heart. Like, that
right.
shined through above and beyond anything else. So, when everything did started to like unravel, about his past and everything, it's like, damn, now I love this character that much
It
more.
makes sense.
And so
Yeah.
it made
hmm
sense. And I was just like, wow, you know what? Right. Rashi, it's that
Like I
dude.
like even in certain parts where I had to say, I was like, "Yo, love, I can't sing for real. I'm gonna try to harmonize this joint," but I was like, "Damn, I wish I could sing right now because I'll kill
Look,
this shit."
would you say it'd be
Um,
right.
over? It'd
it'd be
have
over.
been over.
And that's what,
Oh
and to
man.
be honest, I was like, oh my gosh, I would have loved to have a soundtrack of him singing. Like,
That would have been
Yeah.
fire. That
yes,
would be
I
Like,
would
fire.
so
love
love,
that.
like, can we get
That
a
would be fire.
soundtrack? Can we can
Love,
we
can
get
we
a
get a
soundtrack for
soundtrack,
real?
That would
please?
be fire. I'm
She
about to
gonna
take
be
some
like,
vocal
y'all be doing
lessons.
too much. Y'all be doing
About to
too
get the
much.
vocal lessons.
I know.
Yes.
So I do have this question. So now we know that we're in Romancelandia, with the
Mhm.
black writing and the love and all the good sex. So my thing is, how did you feel like when you had to first narrate your first sex scene versus how you feel about it now?
I ain't like it ain't bother me, man. To be honest, like honestly, before I did Love and Rhythm of Blues, Love wanted me to do a sex scene just so she could hear how I would do it.
Hmm.
Like it was like, yo, I want you to do this, and I feel like I've gotten better, not because I was uncomfortable, but I just realized how much I needed to really put into those sex scenes. Like I feel like I was
Hmm.
too cool at first. Like, all right, I'm doing the sex scene, boom, 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 but it wasn't really giving what it needed to give the listener. Like,
Right.
yo, you got to give this shit. So for me, like I was like, man, listen, I've had a lot of sex in my life. I don't care about doing this shit. It ain't no big thing. Like my mother ain't
It's
gonna listen as
sex.
long as yeah, right. Like it's sex. Like my mother, as long as my mother ain't listening to it or whatever, I wasn't really bothered by it. Like it was kind of enjoyable.
Right.
Like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. My wife is
Hmm.
like, I ain't let my friends listen to this shit. My man's is like, my homies like, nah, my girl can't listen to these books. You know what I mean? But for me, it didn't bother. And I'll be like, yo, why? They'd be like, nigga, hell, no, I ain't gonna have a picture of you. They're like, you sexy voice ass nigga. Like, nah, fuck that. So, and the same thing kind of with my wife. Like, nah, I don't want my friends even thinking about you like that. But it never really.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I get it,
I can
but
agree with
it never bothered. Like, honestly, the reason I created the pseudonym Myles Washington is because of my other work. Like, I would do everything under my name. I just was like, damn, I might be doing this Pampers commercial, and they might not want Malik Rashad that's doing this Exotica shit to come talking about pussy and then come over talking about Pampers. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right,
Listen, the
I
reason
gotta
Pampers
create a
exists is
different
because of pussy. Okay, so
right. And so for me, it was never really, it never was a thing for me.
And I mean, I kind of understand that because, you
But
know,
I
it's so
get it.
funny. Like I said, I started writing, and for a long time, I would not say that word. And my kids would say it just to irritate me because they know I did not like saying pussy. Like, I wouldn't say it. I'd be like, ugh, stop saying it. So I was reading, like, a scene from my book, and I was reading it to her friend who knows I don't say it. So she was just like, and then she's like, wait a minute. I was like, what? She said, when did you start saying pussy? I said, do you see the stuff I read?
Right.
Pussy.
It's like, even this line, like, what you gonna say, vagina? Like, it's just not gonna hit the same.
No,
It's not gonna hit the same.
It's not gonna hit the same,
I
and
don't
when
want
we
to
know
hear
that.
no man stroking it good and be like, oh yeah,
It's
this
some good
vagina.
vagina.
This some good
Like,
vagina. This some good
Back
vagina.
that vagina up. Ooh, this vagina so wet. What?
right.
I be
This
mad when
some
they
good
be like the love
vagina.
hole. I be like the love
The
hole.
love
Shut
hole. I ain't never heard that one. That's
I ain't
crazy.
never
That's
heard
nasty work right there.
up.
love hole.
It is.
The love hole
Listen,
is
It is.
crazy.
what? But never mind. Don't put that out there yet. Cause I was like, what the hell? Because I ain't never read no love hole now.
And you know, I be all over the place reading stuff, and I'm like, are they fucking serious love
Yeah,
holes?
love hole is
Love
crazy.
hole. Yeah, we can give you some names, but love hole is not yet. Ain't never hit.
No, don't
That
do it.
don't hit. That don't hit like vagina or for JJ hit.
Mm-mm.
Anything you read from me, you getting dick, you getting pussy. Now you might not get 59 pussies or 23 dicks
Yeah, they might not be
like
necessary.
Miss House and Joan
Oh,
Barker, but you're gonna get some.
she said, okay, y'all love said she tried with the soundtrack. So now, look, you're gonna have to get some vocal lessons
Yeah,
so we can get a
woman,
I'm on and
soundtrack.
listen.
mouth.
I'm on in vocal lessons for real.
We
Like,
gonna
listen,
we gonna help you, love. We gonna help you get.
We gonna have
listen.
yes. I have a friend. When I say that girl, well, she my cousin. I say friend, but when I say that girl can blow, when she was little, because growing up together, she always used to sing, and we used to be like, shut up, because she could not sing. But now my
Now it's
girl can
crazy.
blow.
Yeah,
Can
listen.
like she be
Listen,
going different
Cause
places, and don't let her come to
listen, get
church
it. You
and
better get
sing.
out there. Them church
Yeah,
girl, listen. But I feel
she
like
go
if
to
I get
different
vocal
churches
lessons,
and
I'ma
be
kill it. I
blowing.
feel like, yo, my voice, I'ma kill it. I'm gonna be on my Jaheim shit. I'ma kill it if
go
I get vocal
please,
lessons. I feel like
please.
I'ma kill it.
We
Love
gonna
Jaheim, but
support
I
that
need
too.
somebody to tell him to get his head together.
Nah, Jai girl like that ain't coming back. He just gotta go ball or something
You
like that.
gotta
That's my
cut
guy
that
right
off.
there. Like,
He
he had
gotta
some
cut
rough
it.
years, man. He had some rough years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
passed Skittle Diddle bald in the middle.
Yeah, nah, he from
No, he
Jersey
gotta
too,
be.
right? Shout out to
Yeah,
Jai.
he's from
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jersey.
he
Duke
gotta be
City.
ball all over. At this point, he gotta
But
be
Yeah.
listen,
ball all over.
that one album was a classic. I don't give
What? I
nobody's
Hmm.
love that. Oh my
classic.
gosh, I love that album. My favorite song with him though is the song that he did with Lettucey.
Mine too.
Uh that's
I
that's
can't think
that's
of the name,
that's
but
up
that's
I
mine
there.
can't think
too.
of the name of it, and I went to see her in concert, and he wasn't dead. When I say Lettucey is bomb, when I say she sung the
Now Legacy
whole
is fire.
song,
Yeah.
I
Legacy is
said
fire.
you would think he was there. She killed it. I was
Legacy is
like, oh
fire.
my god,
Hmm. I can
yes.
hear the song as soon as I think of the name.
I
It'll
know, me
come to
too.
me.
But you know the
But I
song
hear the
I'm hearing in
song
my
in
head
here.
now by him, charge that to the game. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I just love
That's
me some
fire. My
Jaheim.
joint after my favorite joint is the we started out like Archie and Ina, Ike Tuna Tina. Yeah, that's the same
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
album.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
that
like
song.
that shit is
Listen,
yeah.
I feel like, well, hold on now. You was holding the tone. See, go get
I
these
could
vocal
hum and
lessons.
like I could get a little note. I just can't sing. Like I took the class, so I could hold a little note, but I
Right.
can't sing like how I want to break out and just be like, yeah, like I can't do that shit. Nah.
Yeah,
Love said
listen.
her uncle did his album, Mouse.
That makes sense. Love has a talented family.
She
That makes
definitely
sense.
do. I see.
Stay
And
together.
well, the
That's what.
talent
Thank
runs
you.
huge. Yes, tell him
Book
thank you.
Bookworm
Cause
said
woo,
the no Bookworm said the song that we were thinking of was "Stay
stay
Together."
together.
Thank
Yes,
you. That's
Stay
it.
that
together.
song is so bomb. So bomb. I
Fire.
love it. Definitely
Lettuce
love
is
it.
fire.
She
Underrated.
definitely is. All right,
Yes.
so our next game is the our top faves. Okay, so three top faves. So the first one, what is your top favorite drink?
Ooh. Whiskey, specifically Macallan 12.
Okay.
So do you use that to make whiskey sours?
I don't really make whiskey. I drink like my wife drink like me, so we're drinking neat straight.
Okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
fancy. I went for Mother's Day. I went to this restaurant and we let one of my friends. She picked our second drink. Yeah, it was an old fashioned.
Old fashions are good.
I was a
Yes.
bitch.
You
I
were.
I said I need you to bring me some Sprite and I need some water.
For old fashioned, it was hitting you like that.
That drink was so strong. It did. I
I
don't
mean,
even
if you
put
don't
nothing
drink
else.
whiskey like that, it will. It
I
will.
don't
Yeah,
drink
yeah,
whiskey.
yeah, yeah,
When I
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
and I mean I was taking the water and was just a pouring. And then so it was like three of us and we got kids. I said somebody got to be sober.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, they get you
somebody
there.
gotta be sober. But no, I was so my friend was like, yeah, I'm not going out like a bitch. I said, I don't know, I might have
I
to.
might.
I might
I
have to.
might.
I
Nah,
drink it,
whiskey will
but
take you there. If you're not a whiskey drinker, it'll take you there. Now,
it was
Macallan
too
12
strong.
and a close second, Johnny Walker Blue.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Listen, look,
okay.
But that's like when I want to
you
spend some
trill.
money.
You
I
trill with
Right.
want to
I
spend
got
that.
you.
some money.
I
Yeah,
got you.
I just want to
All
spend some
right.
money.
So
For
what
real,
is
for
your
real.
top food?
Ah, damn. I like to eat too. Honestly, like I'm a picky eater though. Like I drive my wife crazy because I'm big on textures and I don't like trying a bunch of new shit. So if the texture ain't
Yeah.
right, like I don't really even eat kind of like the only condiment I eat is ketchup. Like I don't really eat mustard, mayo, none of that.
I
Um,
like mustard on certain things, but I'm not a big
just the
sauce
smell of
eater
mustard
either.
turn me off. Like yeah, I'm not a big.
Mm.
So it's probably like honestly like peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti. Um, what else? Some type of chicken variation. But
Yeah.
she's like I say I'm a food. She's like, you're not a foodie. You eat the same shit. Like I love a good wing.
You're
I'm
not
a
a
wing
foodie. I'm not a
connoisseur.
foodie. You're not a foodie. No.
French toast,
Okay,
like
so
French
let's.
toast and wing connoisseurs, but she'll try anything.
Mm,
Like she loves all types
I'm
of
not
different
a
food.
really big French toast eater.
No?
I
No.
love French
Mm,
toast.
I love
Cause
French
then you
I
toast.
gotta dip it in the egg and milk, and then I gotta make sure it's cooked. Nah, just don't give it to me. I'm good. I'm good.
I
I'm good.
love it.
Now,
I'm
wait a minute.
more
Let's
French
go back
toast.
because you said peanut butter and jelly. Now, I'm gonna
Peanut butter and
tell
jelly.
you,
I can live
I'm a
off peanut butter and
grown
jelly.
ass woman that's old, getting old. I will go toast me some bread and melt my Jif peanut butter and some
Oh
roasted grape
man.
jelly in a minute. That's the only way I eat my
Listen.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I
Is that
love
how
me
you
some
eat
bit.
yours?
I had peanut butter and jelly. I use like the strawberry fruit preserves now because I've been
See, I
trying to
ain't
be a
got
little
time for
more
that.
healthy.
Hmm.
But
Mm-mm.
listen, some potato bread, some peanut butter and jelly, some big glass of milk. I had some of that the other day. Like, I could live off of that.
You know you can live
Mm.
off of it.
I could live off of that. I could live
And
off
I
like
only
you.
use Wonder Bread. I don't want no other bread.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you real old school Wonder
She
Bread. I
loves
ain't even
some
seen
Wonder
Wonder Bread
Bread.
in years.
and
They
I
still
ain't even
make
putting
Wonder
my
Bread?
bread in the
They do.
toaster. I'm putting my bread in the
They do.
oven.
Man, I ain't even seen them make Wonder Bread no more out here. That's crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
they
we got
do.
Wonder Bread. I be in the stores on the bottom. They be on the bottom shelves. That's where Wonder Bread at, on the bottom shelf in every store I go in. I'm like,
Listen,
y'all need to
we
move
still
this up.
we still got bread box stores here where it's the store where you just sell the bread and the old school
Oh,
snacks
that's
that you
Yep,
crazy.
we got some of
That
that
shit
too.
probably it's probably fire though.
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
Listen, I got
Mm-hmm.
it. I know you don't like French toast, but make it on a croissant one time. I bet you would change your life.
It's
Oh,
somebody else have to make it. So I'm weird. I can't see you mixing egg and milk
Oh, you got a
together
thing with that? Okay.
and dipping it. I can't. I don't want that. I don't want that. So I might lose my black card on this, and y'all tread lightly. But I really just started eating macaroni and cheese again, maybe about
Oh,
three
that's
years ago.
crazy. That's nasty work right there.
yeah,
You gonna eat
whoa.
macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese is
So
crazy.
my ex used
What?
to eat macaroni and cheese all the time. I always was cooking it. So I'm like, I don't want that. I literally just started eating it again because I was eating it all the time.
Mm.
But no, I
Well,
just
that do
started
kind of
eating
make
it.
a difference though, Crystal.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
eat
You
it,
have
yeah,
a
that
People be
premise makes
like,
a little difference.
yeah, I can't. But people like, I went so somewhere. Oh, I went to a HBCU homecoming, Clark Atlanta. You know, they had food. And so
Hey,
we
mhm.
going through the line, and the guy
Yeah.
was like, you want some macaroni and cheese? I was like, when I said like 3 heads turned, I said, damn,
I
I don't
believe
Yeah,
it.
eat
nah,
it.
I
I'm
bet.
black
I
and I don't
bet.
Yeah,
eat
I
macaroni and
bet.
cheese.
Like, you
Like,
know,
no,
macaroni and
I'm
cheese
sorry,
is
I don't
crazy.
really eat it. And then I don't touch everybody's macaroni and cheese because I don't know if you're using the good
Nah,
cheese, the
you
bad
can't trust
cheese.
Now
everybody's
you,
though. Like
Yeah,
you
mm-mm.
so
can't.
Not all
just like I
macaroni and
had to
cheese
tell
make
my
sense.
manager at work,
Nah,
he told me something, we're gonna have somebody make potato salad. I said, excuse me, I'm black. I don't eat everybody's potato salad. We don't do that.
yeah.
Mm-mm. No, we don't do that.
First of
Not
all,
at all.
first of all, I
No.
have to look at who's saying it to begin with. 'Cause,
Right,
if you,
right. You're gonna have
Yeah.
raisins in it. And,
right,
crazy.
you got raisins and craisins and all that kind of shit in there. I'm like, you know what? Because,
Mm-mm.
boy, I tell you what, some people love to put some damn nuts and damn peas and
Everything.
raisins and shit. I'll be like, damn it,
And then
Be
take it
trying
people
shit.
out.
people who eat casseroles, they weird to me.
I agree with that. I agree
They
with that.
weird
Like,
to
I
me.
don't like these casserole surprises and shit. I'd be like, yo, what is
No,
that? I'm
You
no.
good.
like the casserole surprises?
My
Like,
daughter
Now,
likes
nah, I'm good.
green bean casseroles. Who
Nah,
what
that's
what
terrible.
who
Where she
the
came from? That's terrible. Green
right?
bean
heck
casserole is
no?
nasty
Who
work.
doing that?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't even like turkey that much on Thanksgiving no more, to be honest. Like except the dark meat. I'm like, yo, I don't like turkey's overrated. Like, give me
I
some
like
fried
turkey
chicken or
wings.
something. Turkey
You know
I
what I
like
do
turkey.
with
wings,
a
I
turkey?
like turkey wings.
I'll
turkey
cook it
wings
and let
all
it sit for
day.
2 days and make a nice
Um,
turkey salad with it.
yeah, turkey. I'm always like, just give me the leg. I don't really like turkey that much.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No,
We like
not
that.
no
We
more.
like turkey wings, and
Turkey
that's
wings
Give
that's
me
all
some
day
about
though.
turkey
Yeah,
it.
wings
turkey
and I'm
wings all day.
happy. That's it.
Yeah.
And like, see, I
Okay.
don't eat red meat, so my grandmother figured out a way to make. She found this recipe where she makes turkey necks like oxtails. Yo, that shit is slapping.
Yo. Look,
I
Oh,
ain't gonna
really?
hold
hold
you.
on,
You're gonna
Grandma.
have to put that on your page.
I
And
got
know.
you.
please share it.
It's
I
so
was
like
about to
when I tell
say.
you it tastes just like oxtails, that was the one piece of red meat I missed because I ain't I haven't eaten probably for
Right.
15 years. That shit is so good. I'm like, oh my god, like this is crazy right here.
Oh.
It
Yeah,
really is. Yes, bookworm 203-757 said potato salad and mac and cheese are not created equally. Hell no.
Hell
no,
no.
not at all. No,
At
not at all.
all.
Not
At
at all.
all.
No, at all.
Not
Okay,
at
and
all.
my last one is what is your favorite movie?
Ooh, damn, that's tough right there. Uh, damn, what's my favorite movie? Mo Better Blues. Um,
Mm.
Wow.
Mo
Denzel
Better
Washington.
Blues. Mo Denzel.
I'm not surprised. I
No.
promise you
Um,
I'm not.
there's more, but that's like that's it. Mo Better Blues. Yeah, man, it was just like, man, it was a tragic story, but it was still beautiful at the same time. The soundtrack was crazy. You got Denzel in there, probably the greatest to ever do it. You got Spike, one of the greatest to ever
Hmm.
do it.
Right.
Um, the
Shout out to
music,
Spike Lee because look, he
Wesley,
came out with some
the
legendary
soundtrack.
movies.
Yeah, Spike during that
Yes.
period was untouched, was unmatched.
Hmm.
But Mo Better Blues, man, is just different. And my little
Mm-mm.
sister, when I was little, she couldn't say Malik, so she used to say Bleak. Um, so Mo Better Blues is always like my go-to. But there's so many movies, it's hard. But if I had to pick one, it's Mo Better Blues.
I like that. What I
Yeah.
like most about that movie, how the blue, like it was like
Hmm.
Hmm
whoever was like
Thank
Spike
you.
was a genius because I loved how
Hmm.
like his movies, but that blue was just
hmm
prominent. Like that's what I
Hmm.
remember the most about the movie. I mean the actor, but just that color blue. I
hmm
loved it. I
Well,
Nah,
definitely
it
first of
was
loved it.
all, and Spike Lee and Denzel Washington was a force because if
Yes.
you
man.
ask me any like what's my favorite movie, one of my top, if I say my top five, it's I would say Malcolm X.
Mm,
They're the whole man. Let me tell you something. The way Spike did that movie and the way Denzel portrayed it, that is
Yes.
like one of the
nah, that was
greatest
amazing, amazing.
films I've ever to this day. One of my
Yeah,
favorites, probably forever. I know, but
Have
nah,
you guys
without question.
watched The Godfather of Harlem with Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah, yeah, my grandmother loved it. Yeah,
I love that. The guy who portrays Malcolm X,
the first one or the second one, because they switched guys.
They did?
Mm-hmm. They both were good though, but they changed
I couldn't
guys
even tell.
like the last season. They both did their
Oh,
thing
okay. You know what? I haven't seen. Okay, that's what it is. So it's the first guy because I haven't got to the last
the
season.
last
The
season.
season.
Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. They
Yeah.
Nah, they
He.
both killed. Nah, he killed it, and he looks
Yeah.
a lot like Malcolm.
He
Mm-hmm.
do.
So yeah,
I
nah,
said.
they killed it.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm
I
like
don't
thinking
Bobby
there's so
know.
many
Malcolm be
movies I
pissing me
love,
off.
man.
He be
Saved
pissing
by the
me
Blues is
off, but I
definitely
keep
it.
on going back to watch him.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? Because Love and Basketball be getting a lot of hate lately, and I don't
Uh-huh.
get it. I don't get it. I'm
Okay,
like, yo,
so can
this
I
is a
say this?
great movie to me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I think this is what it is, and I love that movie. Like I'm not gonna lie, I can watch that movie over and over and over and over again. Now, I think what it is with that movie, I think it's your mature, like your growth as you get older. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
So people are saying all this time we tripping over Quincy because he this, he that, he a basketball star, but that nigga really ain't like you. If that nigga really loved you, he wouldn't have treated you the way he did. But then it's like he did love me. He just didn't know how to show it
I was about to
because
say,
he didn't have that in his household. So I think what it is, like I said, I feel like it's a maturity level because me as a woman now, I would say no. I mean, I always say he loved her, but I would also say right, he didn't have the tools to love her the way she should have been loved.
right.
She saw that in her household, even, but then also she saw in her household that her mother did whatever her father wanted her to do.
Hmm.
So I think
Mm-hmm.
what it is, I feel like it's a maturity level on people. Like everybody's gonna be different, but I did notice a lot of people are hating on it. But I feel
I'm gonna
like
be honest.
he loved her the way he knew how to love her.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those people. Even when it came out, like Love and Basketball, I liked it and I watched it, but I always had like this, like Quincy was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Oh no,
was
he
her ass
was.
dirty,
He was,
He
he
and
was.
was.
I was just like, for me, and this is the only reason I think what made me feel like, and I'm one of those people who feel like, no, he really didn't love you. Like he loved you to a certain extent. Like he loved you were
Right,
the girl next door, and you'd always been there for she'd always been there for him. But even though we didn't get to see how he interacted with Tyra Banks, you just kind of felt in that one little clip of the moment, like, okay, you ain't around here talking crazy to her. 'Cause,
Mm.
you're
See,
not
I took
around
the
here treating
opposite
her
from
like
that.
this. And I was just like, and I said to myself, well, for him to, I feel like it was more, he felt like she would always be there. So he took her for granted. And I think that's more what's really coming out of it is
now,
that
Mm.
right,
when she removed herself, like he got, but she didn't come back around. She didn't try to force it. And he was used to her kind of being like, his backbone, being there for him through everything. And when he basically was like, and he always kind of shrugged like, it's about me, it's about me, everything's about me,
Mm.
despite what she was going through, because she didn't really, go into it with him about this. She knew about his family problems. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
She didn't
mm-hmm.
really talk to him about what was going on with her. So everything was kind of lopsided from the beginning. And then when he couldn't handle when she was like, you know what, you gonna do you, and I'm about to go ahead and have my
I gotta go get ready
career.
for curfew.
Yeah, I gotta go to
Right.
curfew and I'm gonna have
And
my
that's messed
career.
up. Like she was
No,
there
that
for
was
you.
fucked up.
Yeah,
That was
it
fucked
was.
up. Like that was fucked up. But what I
Mm-hmm.
took the opposite from the Tyra thing. Because when I was like, yo, he don't love her, man. She just there.
Yeah, I
You
did.
know what I'm saying? Like she's just there. Like I feel like Monica was like that was his soul right there. And he didn't always
Right.
show it in the right way as, and it's just I'm a man, so my perspective is probably shit that I've done as a man. Like, yo, I didn't know how to navigate that and I fucked that up. And I didn't show
Right.
her correctly.
You
Right.
know what?
So when she came into the
I can
hospital
agree with
room,
that.
I was like, yo, he don't love her, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't like she's because I'm in there. I'm like, yo, I just got this girl on my arm. She look good, but I don't really fuck. I don't
She
even
was a
like her that much.
placeholder. She was
Yeah,
a
like
But
placeholder.
I don't even really like her for real. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
she's just there.
hmm but you
So,
know
but I'm just
what?
like, damn, I agree with you. Like, I guess it's just where you at in life to
It's
assess the
where you
movie
at in
because
life.
like people like, oh, I'm like, yeah, he was terrible, but it's also like he was an 18-year-old kid. You got to evolve. They both
His
Yeah.
had to
father was some
evolve,
shit. His
right?
father
And
was terrible.
His father was
and
terrible,
oh,
and he was
his dad
Playing
was
the
he had his
bad.
own
softball, he
sense of
was
trauma he
terrible
was
in
going
Waiting to
through.
Exhale. He was
Yeah.
terrible in Love and Basketball,
Oh,
but
I
he was
forgot waiting to
bad. He's
exhale.
a
Damn.
But you know,
butthead.
but you know what though? You got to think about it too. Quincy got a lot of his attitude from his dad. His dad
Right.
wasn't shit,
Right.
and so he was mimicking his. He admired his dad,
Can
so
we
he
talk about
picked
how
up a
fine
lot.
Quincy Mama was though? I forget her name as the actress, but she
Uh,
fine as shit.
Oh, that's
yes,
Debbie Morgan. I
Debbie
Debbie
know that's
Morgan,
Debbie
yeah,
Morgan.
Morgan. She will
Debbie
always be
Morgan.
Angie from All My
Mhm.
Children for
Let me
me.
Oh
tell
my
you
god. Oh,
something.
I didn't watch the soap
Debbie
opera.
Morgan just
Debbie
got
Morgan is
more
up.
gorgeous the older she got
She
to,
gets.
but you
Yep.
know,
Listen,
black don't
Debbie
damn play.
Morgan, Lisa Nicole Carson. It's so many women
Yes,
that they be like, listen. I'd be like, listen, they don't get the props, but they up there. Like and everybody that Love
Right.
Jones was like
Right.
yes.
Nia Long. I was like, yo, who is that? Her friend right
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yes.
Like shit.
Yes. Definitely. But you
Yes,
want to know
she's.
what? I wouldn't have been his girlfriend. I wouldn't have been chasing behind him when you knocked me off my bike in my pretty yellow dress. Man,
That
I
scene was
told
That's
you
the
every
crazy.
part.
time I
But you
see
know
you
That
what's
scene
around,
was
you
funny?
got
crazy.
them on sight.
That
But you
scene
know
was
what's
crazy.
funny is that's the part that we're used to because when we're young, what do your parents always say? When you go say, "Oh, this boy pulled my ponytail,"
Oh,
oh,
he
he just
like
like
you.
you. He
Yeah,
just
Yep,
he
like
he
like
like
you.
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 He just like
He
you.
just like
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah.
He Quincy kept that same attitude when he was all through life.
All through
I'm treat
life.
you like
Yes.
shit because
But the
I really
funny
like
thing
you.
is, you say that, like women have told me that as I got older. I'm like, yo, wow. Like sometimes I used to meet women that used to be nasty to me from the jump. I'm like, the fuck she got an attitude of? Oh, she just like you. What? Like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? How
It's
did
the
that make
same way
sense?
with women.
Like we
Yep.
grown as shit. I don't even know you. Why you being nasty to me? Oh, she just like you. Well, this ain't gonna make me like your ass because I don't
Right.
even fuck with you right now. Like I don't want to be around you. Like
That's
I don't
like
even know what's happening.
that's like with me right now. I have this conversation with Unsame all the time because I tell her, I say, hey, y'all won't get no romance out of Crystal. It will never happen. Because I'm a type of chick, if I see you, I'm gonna tell you what I want. Now it's up to you to say yay or nay, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, nah, you ain't getting that from me. You gonna call me? We gonna hang out? You know, things like I go straight to the point. I ain't got time to be all
I get
cutesy
that.
and all that
No,
type of
that's
stuff.
cool. That like
Hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
I could take. But I've literally had women be assholes to me for no apparent reason and be like, "Oh, she just liked you." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nah. We ain't doing that.
You lie.
Like,
We ain't doing
nah,
that.
I ain't rocking with you. Like now, I don't even want to talk to you. Don't come around me. I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
around. My energy is different. Now I'm cool.
That is true. That is true. Oh my
I
goodness.
know, I know, right?
Oh,
Well, I'm
Taylor, we
going
getting
to.
into the good part.
No,
Oh,
we
it's
got a
time for
couple
that.
more. We
Oh,
got a
okay.
couple more questions, but these are more so. It's only three, but these questions are giving you a chance. I know you brought up Carrie before, so the first question I have: which narrators have inspired and helped mentor you? So, and also, we could just talk about. I know you also wanted to have a moment to talk about love too, as well. So we could talk
Mhm.
about all of that.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. I'm always shouting out love, but narrators is it's really been Carrie. Like that's really who and Wesley. Like I lean on both of them when I got questions. Between Carrie, Wesley, Love, I usually hit them up when I got a question about how I should respond to something, or if I feel like because tone can be misinterpreted through emails and texts and
Yes, it
things
Yes.
like
can.
that. So like the Brooklyn to me sometimes like, yo, what the fuck you talking? And I'll be like, yo, let me hit Carrie and maybe this ain't what I'm reading it as, or let me talk to Love and be like, let me get their interpretation before I respond
Right.
in a certain kind of way. I will respond in a different situation. So, but as far as narrators, it's really like I gotta say, it's really Carrie and Wesley to a degree. Jacoby, we had our interaction. We definitely show love, but I don't know him on a level like I know that.
Right.
So like Carrie is my man. Like we, what I mean, we connected before I was even narrating. And then ever since Wesley's been like an open book whenever I got a question or something, like we chopped it up about something a couple weeks ago that we was on the phone for like an hour just talking about. Just navigating whether it's the business side or things like that. But it's really been Carrie and Wesley in that regard as far as narrators and as far as just the audiobook world is big time been love. And it's just more so just like giving me her insight. Like I trust her insight. I trust what she's not going to point me in the right direction. I'm gonna still make my own decision at the end of the day, but it helps to have that ear to bend of somebody who's kind of in the industry and knows, or just might have a different perspective from how I'm perceiving something. Or might put me in like, yo, you need to connect with this person. Like love is never like wanting me to not work with other people, right? Like she's always like, yo, she reaching out to you? Oh no, you need to work with her. Cause boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been like, it's always been that. So those three have really been there, like as far as like if you want to quote unquote mentorship or just advice. And then Alex and Zakia, we just kick it like if they got questions or whatever, it's two people I know I can reach out to, but if I try to pay it forward, like say they got questions or something like that, it's like boom, I got y'all however I can, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's really been them three in that regard.
Okay.
Yes. So
I
what do you
love
feel is
it.
the quality that makes a good narrator?
Quality makes a good narrator. Preparedness. Like a love for the craft. A love like you like, because this is not like it's not an easy job. It is, but it's not, right? Like it beats me standing outside of the Bowery bouncing people on their fucking head all night, right? Like it beats that. But it's still an arduous process of narrating, editing, all of it. Like it's not just I'm gonna go in there. Like don't get me wrong, like when I'm working with a publisher, if I'm working with Penguin House or something, I just sit there and boom, that's sweet. Like I don't gotta do nothing but read and they order lunch and all of that. That's cool. But like when you're doing a lot of stuff outside of publishers independently, it's a lot more work. So you gotta really love it and know what you're in for. So I feel like preparedness, versatility, a love for the craft, and also, like I say this a lot, but I think it's just being a good person. Like be somebody that people want to work with. Like be just a cool person, right? Like don't just be an asshole for no reason. Like be on time, have your files in on time, communicate, but just be cool. Like just be somebody that I would like to work with. Like I would enjoy working with. I would enjoy talking to outside of work for the most part. You know what I mean? I think that's for me is yeah. Those are things that I try to bring to the table.
I like that.
I love it. Well, you know what? We are coming to our third and final game of
Take a
the
shot for this one.
evening. So it is definitely shot time.
It's shot time.
Listen, hold on. I might even chance it a little bit and step
Oh,
a
take a
little
little half or something.
the
No, don't
half
do
of
that to me.
something.
Then I'll be calling you tomorrow and be like, girl, I shouldn't have did it.
Listen. you know me because I show me some of shit.
Oh, I had the shot. My other favorite drink. Let me put that out there. Uncle Nearest, a black-owned whiskey, is also up there.
Come
One of my
on.
favorites.
I heard
Uncle
about
Nearest.
them.
Yeah.
I heard
them, and
about
they
them.
said
Black.
that it
Yeah.
is really good.
It's really
And
good.
my favorite
Yeah.
drink is dark drink is Amarant Sour. So I love me some good Di Serono.
That's why I mess with you. That is my drink. I love me some Decerona Amaretto
Yes,
Sour. Yeah, I was gonna order
yes.
that
So
in a minute.
I literally got like a tab here.
Yeah. Don't do too much. Don't do too
Don't
much.
do too much. Now, back in my days, that's how I used to take. When I used to go out and party, I used to come home and swallow 2 Tylenol with some alcohol.
Tylenol. You got to do the Pedialyte now. That helps. Chlorophyll in
I
the
do
water.
2 Tylenol and some water.
Chlorophyll and
That
water.
helps.
Yep.
Chlorophyll in water. Pedialyte. Because it's keeping you electrolytes if you don't be dehydrated. But again, I'm not a big drinker. Like I just drink socially. But this was the
I just
social gathering. So my wife done left. She snuck upstairs, so she ain't gonna do another one.
She's smart.
But
okay.
she got to go to work in the morning. I work from home. She got to get up and drive somewhere, so it's all good.
I don't like that no more. I used to work from home, and I don't know what the hell made me go back to work in an office after 8 years of being home.
Listen,
That's probably why I ain't got that much vodka no more. See?
Listen, I am
even
at
when they try to
home.
put me in a studio, sometime like another studio, I'm like, yo, can I do this from my own? And they like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because sometimes, like, I don't want to go outside.
Yes, yes. All right, so we're gonna drink up because you probably gonna need it for this.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it this
yeah.
way, because they not paying us to
They
be
not
showing this
paying you.
bottle.
No free, no free
Look,
Right,
shots.
no freebies here unless
no
you want to
freebies.
pay me, because I'm for
Right,
it.
I know that. Look, we'll leave it up there because they might pay you. They
right.
might pay. We're
They
gonna have
might,
to
they might
tab
say,
it.
"Hey, now,
Let me tell you, this is the only vodka I drink.
I
The
ain't drink
only
vodka in
vodka.
a long time. I
Well,
used to
I
drink
got
The,
Ciroc, but we ain't gonna talk about Diddy. So we just gonna go and shot right
yeah,
here.
because the brown
no
gets me
Diddy.
down. So
No
yeah,
Diddy.
the brown will
No
get me down.
Diddy.
So I can't
No
do it.
Diddy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm like you. I used to drink Ciroc. Yeah.
Years ago, when I
Yep.
still drink vodka.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
I ain't drinking no more. Mm-mm. Tito's, yes, love. I love me some Tito's.
Oh,
Yes,
love rock with
Woo!
the Tito's. I
yep.
thought
She
love
said
was
she
just a
did.
Yeah.
wine. I thought she was the wine connoisseur. Love, what's
She
that
did.
wine? Always do like that. I'm like,
Love,
yo,
you
love,
gotta
what is
tell us what the wine is. You have to tell us what the wine is. All right, Untamed, introduce this next one.
So our next game is called the Versatility Versus. Now I do have one surprise because
Uh-oh.
Coach and Lisa, I'm gonna call you Lisa because I just drunk this on hell. My tongue might be getting tired real quick. Um, so she asked me to post this in here, and this is what she said. She just said she don't want you to do no
Ah,
particular. She just wants you to say that. Can you say it real quick?
got you. Miss
Which is
Bren, can you come in for me real quick? Oh, just come in. My bad. Miss Bren, come in.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
Let
saying?
me
see
know
what
if
I'm
that's
saying?
good. Like, I'll be
And you
trying to get in
probably
that
was
Lisa,
zone.
sitting back pouring
Lisa,
your
you gotta let us know if it's good or not.
You was
So,
probably just pouring it and then just about to spark up, and then you just said it.
Listen,
so we got the you can go to the chat and you can let us know, y'all. He's gonna say a line, and mine is romance. Crystal's will be in urban fiction. So we gonna get to hear him deliver some never before read, never
never
before
before,
seen,
first time heard,
first time
world
heard,
premiere.
Heard. Yes.
world premiere. This,
All right, we ready?
Yes.
yes.
I wanted to rip her clothing to shreds, but I tucked the line away for the lamb to ensure her comfort. Boom, there we go. That's one.
I love it.
I felt
I
like I
love
needed
it.
to smoke or something, but I'm gonna just go into it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Only thing I plan to drink is the juices coming from your wet pussy. And that's both, right? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
both. That's
That's
it.
it.
World
I
premiere.
love it.
World
Ooh,
premiere. Okay.
that's
Listen,
what
I
I'm
love it.
saying.
I
Yes.
love it. I
I
love
did
it.
this one
So
time. See, I'm glad I did. I was on one time, and it was like, that ain't the voice we want to hear. Like you made me do it again. And I was like, all right, my bad. Let me go into it. Ready for you.
I love that because as you were saying it, I was like, I just sit here and think, oh, would I want somebody to read that? And you made me say, I want somebody to read that.
I want somebody to read
Yeah.
that.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Listen,
Love
That's a
it.
yeah. I would say that. That's
I'm
valid.
and
Hey,
I'm sitting
I
here,
got one story that got some stuff in it.
Crystal, and I'm doing like a pre-audition. I'm like, yeah, you know, this
Hey,
book getting ready
listen.
to come out. It's getting
Oh,
ready to go
okay,
off the
good, good,
audiobook.
good. Let me know I'm good.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
staking my claims early.
I'm like,
I
yeah, this
want to
book is
see
getting
you
ready to
on
go out.
SVU Law and Order. Law
Me
and Order
too.
SVU.
From
That's where I'm
from
gonna
your
see
mouth to
you at.
God's ears,
Yes,
and
that's where I'm
you
gonna
Yes,
know,
see you at.
we
I'm
gonna
claiming we
speak
gonna
that
claim
into
that.
existence.
We
We
gonna
speaking
claim
it
that.
into existence.
When I tell you my
And
wife was hype, she was like, "Yo, it's there," and I was like,
but you
when they
know,
let me
there
go, it was
ain't
crazy.
it ain't nothing like a good, legal thriller, crime drama, all of it.
Nah,
They last
and Law and
forever.
Order is always
So,
good. Like it's not what I'm right. Like it's
It is.
always good. You know what I'm
It
mhm,
saying?
is.
Like it's always good.
exactly. So, man, well, you know what? We have come to the end, but we thank you so much for
Oh man,
hanging
this was
out with
beautiful. Thank
us,
y'all. I had a ball.
This
giving
was
us
this was
like
great. This was great.
tips and just sharing your knowledge and also showing love not to just us, but to the community, to
Hmm.
Love, to Carrie, to Jacoby, to Wesley, to all, your fellow narrators within the space with you. I promise y'all, like, if people need to take notes from y'all because it's so much love within you guys' spaces.
Yes.
It is like, woo, because I tell
And
you
I
sometimes,
think that's what makes it thrive, right? Like nobody's
yes,
really on some funny style. Like from what I've experienced, it's just been love. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
that's what makes it thrive. It's no funny movements. It's nobody like it's so much content out here for everybody to do their thing. You know,
Right.
like
yes,
if I don't get this book, I know somebody else dope is doing this book. I know somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's no, I don't feel like there's a need for that crab in a barrel type mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
yes. So let's let the authors know where they can connect with you, and if they would like to book you, like how would they go about doing it?
Just hit me. You can hit. I got my Miles Washington Speaks page on IG. My regular page, I think y'all on it too. Is just Art by Malik Rashad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my email, you can book me at malik.rashad@gmail or Malik Rashad VO at Gmail. I got a Miles one that I got to get running because somebody was like, you should get that. But for the most part, they could. But you can reach out to me on IG. You can reach out to me on email. I'm open, man. I'm by like September. I'm like opening up for new projects.
Okay.
Right now I'm trying to knock some joints out, but I want to work with everybody. I want to work with me because people are like, who you want to work with? And I'm like, listen, I want to work with everybody who want to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Like
I like that.
I want to help bringing it to life. I don't really. There's no big, no small to me. Everybody's dope. Whether you got a big
Hmm.
following or you don't have a big following yet, you will. You know what I mean? Like just stay low
Hmm.
and keep firing. Just keep
Yeah.
putting out good work. So I want to work with everybody who appreciates my art and wants to work with me. I genuinely want to rock with it. But you can hit me.
Absolutely.
People have reached out to me from IG. People have emailed me. People have found different ways. So reach out to me however you can.
Okay.
Love
Cool.
said you are everything.
Oh,
Uh,
Everything. You're everything.
I feel the
you're
same. I feel the
everything.
same.
You are everything. Everything is you. Look, so many people have. And thank you guys, everyone who joined in on
Yeah,
Facebook,
shout out
everyone
to
who
everybody
joined
who
in.
tuned in. I ain't really can't
Yes,
see, but love to y'all, man. I'll be getting mad love, and I don't even know. Like I was like, damn, oh, they really rocking with me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, cool. Like it's new, so it's super dope. And I just appreciate the fact that they like what I'm doing for real. Like they like what
yes.
I'm doing, and like I said,
And you
I
know
want to
what?
be down. I love all my dope narrators that I get to narrate. I always try to shout out my co-narrators because they be dope, and some of them might not get as much shine as I feel like they deserve. And so I'm like,
Right.
yo, hit them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them know because they be
And this
dope.
was special for us because and as you know, we just interviewed Zakia last month,
Right? I
and
popped
it
in.
is
Yeah.
y'all. You know what? Y'all are like a dynamic duo within yourselves. You
Hmm.
and Zakia together are a dynamic duo. As Crystal said, I said y'all was like a smorgasbord together. You just
Hmm.
go.
Yes, I told her y'all are my hot chocolate and Bailey's. You're the hot chocolate and she's the
The
sprinkle of the
bait.
Bailey's
That I
inside.
like that. I like that
Yeah,
metaphor. I want to do
yes,
some
I
Yes,
more
love
as a
it.
kid. I want to do some more as a kid, man. And she's a
yes,
dope. She's writing books herself. You know what I'm
yes,
Yes,
saying?
yes,
So
two out.
yes,
yeah. So
yes.
Kaya, I know Kaya tuned in. I told Kaya, look, I want to work with you too. Don't skip over me. Everybody, like everybody, I'm trying to rock out. I want to. I'm working with a bunch of new narrators this year that I haven't had the pleasure to work with. Casey Mills, Tay Monet. Damn, I'm gonna forget people because I've been drinking a little bit. But it's a bunch of stuff that I'm just like, listen, I see y'all. And if I forget you right now, blame it on my brain, not my heart. But I appreciate the honor of bringing your characters to life.
Yes. And so, is there anything that you have upcoming that you can tell us about? Because I know some things you might have to keep under wrap. But what's coming up that we can look forward to?
Got that Casey Mills jumping out. The Love Redeemed will be out soon. I just turned in my
Yeah.
files for that. The final installation of that chapter. Hopefully, Love is working on something that hopefully I'll be rocking with that too. I ain't gonna put it out there. I honestly have a lot of books that's coming out. Like, thankfully, like I have a lot of stuff that's coming out. Like I've been blessed to been booked up a lot in the audiobook world this last year. So it's
I'm
some stuff right
excited.
now. My brain is moving. I'm trying to remember all the titles. Drea Anderson, I think that book is out already. Another one, Tania Montfort. I might be spelling her name on the Last Minute First Lady. That's coming out the end of this month.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff coming out, and I don't want to forget anything, but I know I will. But like I said, I've thankfully been blessed to have a lot of stuff in the works and continuing to work. So yeah, Jaquel J, he's gonna be my next step. He's gonna be my next mistake is out right now. So yeah, it's a bunch of stuff right now.
Oh, I love to see it. I'm so glad to see
Oh,
you
I'm happy for
getting
you.
work.
this is not super new, but I really enjoyed
Okay.
this one. I did this with Penguin called The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. It was
Yes.
a really dope book. I really enjoyed doing. I enjoy it. So shout out to Christina Forrest too.
Okay, cool. Y'all, okay, now listen. Pick up these books. He shouted them out. We gotta
The
listen
Black
to them.
Yearbook, like I'm gonna keep remember stuff. The Black Yearbook. It's a bunch
Okay.
of us on the Wesleys on that joint. That's just under Malik Rashad, and it's just about people's Black college experience. That was super dope. Um,
Okay.
History of hip hop. I can go on forever, but it's a lot of stuff out
I'm about
there.
to say, I think I saw your advertising for the history of hip hop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
got me over here thinking who I'm gonna go to first. Am I gonna go to Asmir or am I gonna go to Young Lloyd? And I think I might go ahead to Young Lloyd.
Yes, and Young Lord is like I said, it's my guy. I just related on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
go to
Asthma
Young
is that
Lord
guy too.
too.
Like Asthma is the basis for everything, you know. So you
He
can't
Yep,
go
he
wrong
is.
with that.
is.
So yeah, because she has her entire universe, and Asmir has his hand in a little bit of everything with everybody.
Right, right. And I'm be popping up
And
with Love. I think on Saturday, I believe
okay,
on a joint with Love in the Indie Love. I'm be on there
Indie
popping in
Love. Okay.
for they,
Okay.
So I'll be there on that Saturday too, kicking it with them.
Oh,
Perfect,
awesome.
perfect. And
All
Love
right.
said we love you, Miles. We definitely do. I'm
We
so
do.
glad that I discovered you. As I always say, I'm loving, enjoying listening to you because I don't just listen. I need to see the words. So I put two words together. So I
Hmm.
listen, and I
She
enjoy
read and
listening
listen.
to you.
I rock
Yes,
with that.
She read and
yes.
listen.
I read and listen at the
Yes,
same damn time. Yes, I do.
Listen, I love it.
absolutely.
I love it. I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to y'all working with y'all soon. You know, I ain't forget.
Yes.
I put my auditions in live,
Yeah.
for everybody to hear.
See,
You
she's
know,
We
already
appreciate.
published. Let me just get the first one out. Let me
all
just
you
get
need is
the
the first
first
one.
one out.
Just once the first one comes, then it's on roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, let me get the
Shout out
first one
to.
out.
Absolutely.
I'll be trying to think of everybody. Shout out to Robbie Renee. I'm ready to do some more. Um,
I know that's
it's so
right.
many people, man. I just love the community. I love being part of it. And I just want to keep embracing it and doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Well, Crystal, give out your socials. Let everyone know how they can connect with you.
You can find me on Books and Soul 1 on IG because somebody got Books and Soul only got 9 people and ain't doing shit with it.
That'd be the
But
worst.
I know I'm Books and Soul 1 on IG and on TikTok and Facebook I'm Books and Soul. That's it.
Cool, cool. Well, I am I am author Untamed on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me on those places. You can find me on X, but I'm not on there. I'm just biding my time to go on there. I gotta remember my password to go and
Me too.
delete
I'm
it.
the same. Like I haven't been on X since before it was Twitter, so I'm the
Right.
same. Like I'm on there, but
Like
I ain't really on there. I'll be missing stuff.
Right.
I'm and I was on old Twitter, like Twitter when Twitter was cool,
Right.
before it got crazy. So I don't even rock with it no more. But yes. But please make sure you guys also follow the Get Caught Up podcast. We have a Facebook group called the Get Caught Up Author Podcast Group. Also, we are on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok at Get Caught Up Podcast. So check us out there, follow us there, and please make sure that you are following the actual podcast. We are on iHeartRadio, we are on
Mm.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Music, and many, 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 many more, wherever you choose to
We
listen
in these
to.
streets.
In
We
these
in the
streets.
streets, in these streets. And also, I think, I don't even know if I announced it, but I don't think I have. We are now in 47 countries. So I appreciate that, you
Hey,
guys. Thank you so much.
hey.
So this
Yes.
live will, the audio version of this live will go on the podcast. So you can be in 47 countries. So yes, we will do that, and we are so excited because coming up next we have our author interview with USA Today bestselling author Sierra London. She will be our next
Hey.
author interview. Yes, and
Yes.
our book of the month is Gun by Eric S. Gray. It is a supernatural thriller that has a
Hmm.
evil possession, but when this gun falls into the hands of a young man who's looking for justice, a battle of good versus evil ensues. So we will
Sounds dope.
be, yeah, that's a dope book. He's a dope writer. He's been out for a very long time. He's the when I always say one of the urban fiction, old heads, but all his pen is amazing to me. I love it. And also, our June narrator of the month is Lacey Laurel.
Lacey
So,
Laurel. Shout out to her. We ain't worked together yet, but
Yes.
shout out to her. We connected. Shout out to hopefully soon. Shout out to her, man. Y'all
hopefully
doing big things.
Yes.
soon.
Yes.
Yes, I love it. I love that you guys come on. I love that show us love. And I love to get to show you guys love. So that's what it's all
Mm.
about. So, to show you our appreciation. We started this and it was like, and Crystal said, she's like, you listen to all these audiobooks now because you pulled me into listening to audiobook. We
I
need
have
to interview the narrators.
148. I have 148 audiobooks.
Sheesh.
Yeah, don't ask me how many I had. What
She
was my
probably got
list?
double.
I mean, my wife listened to more than me because, like, from my drive from work and home and all, so she'll listen to
Right.
them. But
Listen,
that's a lot right
I
there.
promise
Mm-hmm.
you, I know I have. Yeah, I probably do have double that. I might have triple that now at this point. But
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, because I think I was. Last time I checked, it was like 245, I think. So
that's real.
and
That's
so
real.
yeah, I love it. I love these. Listen, I love y'all. I love y'all for real. I
Yes.
be
We
I be in
appreciate
the
it.
bed, listening to audiobooks. As my husband said, I don't. He used to tell me at night because he'll see me with my headphones in. He'll be like, "All right, good night, babe. Good night, Jacoby and Wesley." Like, how do you
You
know these
already know.
narrators'
You know
names?
that's what you listen to right there.
He like good night, Jacoby and Wesley. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
you already know.
I'm like,
Right.
so listen, it's funny though, because when I was listening to every time I have a new audiobook narrator, and when he does say it, and I'm not listening to them, I'm like, I ain't even listening
You
to
ain't
Private
listen to them,
tonight.
man. You ain't even what I'm talking about.
And he like, who you
Right.
listening to? So now he starts getting what he said. He don't remember none of the female names. He remember all the million names because he be getting jealous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
I believe
so
it.
he like, so who is it now? You listening to Myles? You listening to Kobe? You listening to Winston? I'm
Listen,
Hey, let me
I'm
tell
just
you,
I'm just
Midnight
glad I'm just
Rival.
glad to be in the mentions.
Yes. Yep. I think that's I'm gonna go ahead. So the audience only one May 896. She said definitely young Lord. So that's gonna be my bedtime story tonight.
like, young
Yeah,
Lord.
like let me know what you think. Young Lord was just
Oh, I
probably my
sure
favorite to
will.
date.
I
Probably
look,
my favorite to
I'm gonna
date.
be like, yeah, you killed it. I love
Probably my
sliding in
favorite to
people
date.
DMs. I have
And they
no
and
problem.
they story is like the evolution of their story is so dope. So I think you
I
appreciate
love
it.
getting to meet them in Roswell Winter story. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna do them next. So I'm definitely gonna start that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bedtime story
Absolutely.
tonight.
Yeah.
So yes, 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 you guys. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yes, but thank
Again,
you.
the audio podcast website, which I always, I be forgetting, but it is anchor.fm/, get caught up. That's the actual website where you can go and listen and just hear every podcast we have done since the inception. You will be there for a long time because we're 5 years in the running now.
Mm.
Yes.
So check it out, but definitely show love to all the authors, all of the narrators who've been on here. We appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with the Get Caught Up podcast. I always say that I do this for the love of the community and I do it for the love of you guys because I just love us and I love us to have our spaces. So we appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as I always say, Crystal, don't forget to get caught
To
up.
get caught up.
Get caught up.
To get
Hey,
caught up. Good night.
good night,
Good
y'all. Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.